we're good.
Be like,
Bussin' with the boys, hanging with the fellas, betting on a game. No woman's gonna tell us what to do, and I've been over here just drinking beer and making that noise. Baby, I'm hanging with the fellas, bussin' with the boys.
Bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Bussin' With The Boys. If this is your first time here, stick with me for just a second. Just go and subscribe to that little button in the YouTube category. Go ahead and comment. And if you like the merch that I'm wearing on top of my head, we have a lot more like that as well. Go to bwtb.com to find all of the merch and up-and-coming things with Bussin' With The Boys. If you're a tier 1, sit back, relax. You know how this show goes. For us, I'm going to take you through it real quick. We had a quick little intro, talk about the weekend, talk about our lives, talk about being dads, and then finally we'll get to the Mark Norman podcast. Great podcast. We talk about him growing up in New Orleans, how that was, how the comedy scene, he had to move over to New York. Then his relationship with Rogan, Kill Tony, the up and coming, how Jerry Seinfeld, he met him. A lot of people go back and forth with Jerry Seinfeld. He personally loved him. The conversation, the camaraderie, and the vibes are an all-time high. We appreciate you. Remember, subscribe and rate 5 stars. Big hugs, tiny kisses, and please enjoy this episode.
All right. Welcome to episode 323. Bussin' With The Boys is presented by the one and only, the FanDuel Sportsbook. FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. The guy to be tailing as of recent is my boy to the left of me, Taylor Lewan. He hit on the Ovechkin to break the record.
Ovechkin, Ovi, anytime goal scorer against the New York Islanders. Thank you, Will, for commenting on that.
Your profit boost that you utilized.
Yep, profit boost token.
Florida -2.5 plus Houston.
Florida and Houston, took them both.
Plus 4.5 with Houston.
Used the 30% profit boost, got that bad boy up to 395, 391.
I do feel like you've been working the sportsbook a little bit to where you've just had some subtle winners in there.
Subtle winners.
We're
creeping and crawling, but it's a long game, dude. When you're in at 365, it's a long game. I appreciate you listening. Go on.
April is really an underrated time of the year for sports. Baseball started up, NBA playoffs next week, NHL playoffs next week, college football spring games going on this month, and the NFL draft in a few weeks, which the boys will be at, and the Masters this week. If you're on the FanDuel Sportsbook right now, the top 3 favorites to win round 1 and to win it all. You got Scotty Scheffler, plus 1,400 to win the first round, plus 450 to win it all. Rory McIlroy, plus 1,600.
Yep, that's almost how you say his name.
I'm loaded with the nicotine in my lip in both upper decky and lower decky right now.
You're doing double deckies.
Plus 650 to win the whole thing. And John Rahm to win the first round, plus 2,500. And to win the whole thing, plus 1,400. Your boy, I'm going to sprinkle some cash on Bryson DeChambeau to win the first round, plus 3,000. And our boy, Shoutout Max Homa. I know it's a little rough for the guy right now.
Yep.
However, plus 9,000 to win the first
Calm
round.
waters never made a skilled sailor for our boy.
He'll
Max
be locked
Homa.
in. He'll be ready to go. Because he had a nice showing last year. JP knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I like where you're going with that. With the Masters for me, Maverick McNeely to lead in the first round. And ask me why.
Yeah.
Ask me why.
Why?
Well, because we were sitting in a pre-production meeting and we started talking about, hey, who are we going to pick for this thing? One guy in the corner whispers, he goes, I know exactly who's going to win the first round. Obviously, the ears perk up immediately. I turn to my right. Who do I see? JP Hovey. And he always knows what we're talking about. So he throws out Maverick McNeely on me. Guess what? Gonna bet that immediately. But to win it all, it's a man who's been in this building before. You know who I'm thinking about?
Who?
Wyndham Clark. Put him in there.
G's been heavy on that.
And
G's been heavy on that.
If we're going to follow the signs of life, where do we head this week for spring tour? We head to
Oregon.
Where did Wyndham Clark go to school?
Oregon.
Now, does Bussin' With The Boys and Wyndham Clark's life, did those things just meet and cause massive chaos? Only time will tell.
The locker room.
I like it.
He was on the locker room.
He was in the locker room.
Why do you like Wyndham, G?
he's one of the boys. You know, I like Wyndham, but
gotta go
I
for the
personally
boys.
think I think it's safe to put money on Bryson and Colin Morikawa this week.
Who's that second one?
Colin Morikawa.
Yeah, I think
Colin
that's actually an
Morikawa.
appetizer dish you get. It's like octopus and it's
That's
fried.
that's who I'm going to put money on to lead after day one. Colin Morikawa.
I
Once
love
again,
that.
the dish.
Another big event going on this weekend.
Tell them about it, Will.
UFC 314.
Oh my God.
And
Who's fighting in it?
Like, we'll get to who's fighting it.
Okay,
Everybody
okay,
knows
okay,
the
yeah,
boy.
you're right, you're right.
We won't say what.
Say what you're gonna say so we can get to what we're
The
getting.
Bussin With The Boys profit boost is back for UFC 314. The featherweight title is on the line, but the biggest winner of the night could be you with FanDuel and the Bussin With The Boys profit boost token, where all you have to do, you'll go into the app, you'll go on the website, your boys, the Bussin With The Boys profit boost, 30% profit boost will be right there on the main page. You claim that token, you build yourself a parlay for UFC 314. You add the token, you win money. You shout out the boys.
More than anything, you have fun.
Yeah, fun.
More than anything,
you have a great
fun.
time.
Now, last time we did the Bussin With The Boys token when we first got introduced to FanDuel, and I know that close to 1 million people used it. Let's give a round of applause for that.
Yeah, that is right. We had
Close to 1 million people. Now, Will Compton and myself, or either or.
I think we won the first one.
Really?
The very first one.
Did we?
I think.
We've been betting so much.
Because we won we had two. They were like plus 550, and then the second one was plus 550. We won the first one, lost the second one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Round of applause for going 500.
Just FYI. Yeah.
Round of applause for going 500. Now,
Just FYI.
UFC 314, we're going to put parlays in there. Last time we did the UFC parlay, it didn't go where we wanted. Actually, none of the legs hit. You get the jitters. You get the first hit out of the way. We're back into our second UFC parlay. At the very least, we're going to hit a leg. I'm going to say. I can no guarantees.
At the very least, we're going to hit a leg. Build the parlay, use the profit boost, and then hit some individuals.
And you can go in that beautiful app. You can go in that beautiful app, and you'll be able to see my face and Will Compton's face, possibly two separate parlays, or we might just put our big brains together and put one.
I think we'll be on the same wavelength.
You think so?
Because we really lean on JP. We know we're going to go with the boy Chandler.
Yeah.
We're going to lean on JP for Volk and
Diego Lopez.
Yes, Diego Lopez.
But JP and I are we on the same wavelength with that?
I think it's a toss up.
Yeah, I think we are Lopez.
Yeah.
It just hurts.
It hurts.
Because this might be last.
Volk is like, he's a god.
And if he loses this fight, I don't know if he puts the gloves down or not.
Oh, you always want to go out with a win.
I know.
You always want to write. You win that last period on that story when you're writing it in pen. You want that to say, I won, then I did this. Period. Done.
It just has felt, because we've seen Lopez at the other fights, and it feels inevitable that he's going to be raising the belt at some point.
It feels inevitable. Right now, he's the underdog.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Right now, he's the underdog at plus 110. Volk is the
Which is
favorite.
great for us.
Yeah.
So right now, if you take Lopez and you take Chandler straight up,
Two underdogs.
I think that's like plus 391.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I don't know why I keep just saying plus 391 as if it's all of my parlays are plus 391.
Yeah, because
but
Chandler's a dog right now, plus 136. That'll be a fun fight, Paddy the Baddy. But all you got to do is just visit FanDuel.com/bussin to get your UFC 314 parlay profit boost, which goes live on Friday.
Yes, it does.
FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. Make every moment more. How we feeling about the boy? You're starting to get that week of jitters. Like, you're starting to get nervous.
Right.
Like, damn, the fight is this week.
Right.
He fights Paddy the Baddy this week.
Dude, it makes me want to pull the trigger and actually just go.
Down to Miami?
Yeah, because
Just get right there in the action, feel the sweat.
When JP and I were in New York and he got on the octagon, I truly felt like I was in there with him. This is like, it's your guy, like you're with him. I know his kids, like he's been to my house. Like, it's just like, he's a boy, he's a homie.
Yeah.
And then we say, hey, Mike, and he does the point. And it's like that energy, that fight in the 5th round with Oliveira, like, and you think he's gonna get it done. Like, Mike always brings the heat.
Yeah.
If you're gonna watch a UFC event, make sure Michael Chandler is a part of that card, and then Paddy as well.
I was gonna say,
Paddy brings that heat
Two
too.
great showmen. Great showmen.
Couple of coxmen just getting after it in there. And so I think a good bet for this parlay when these things come out is it's not going to go 5 rounds. This fight's not going 5 rounds. Someone's going to draw a line in the sand around 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And one's going to finish off the other. This is the first time that we've hit a production meeting, and not everybody with Bussin With The Boys is going for Mike Chandler, though.
Oh, really?
Crazy.
If you had to guess.
Now, I will say we've had a couple of additions. We've had a couple of guys, the OG boys in here. Is anybody in here not riding with Mike Chandler? Rhetorical. I know you're all riding with
so
Mike.
we're talking about Jarod.
And
Clump.
I've had words too. Of like,
Yeah, he did have words. He just doesn't know, man. He just doesn't know.
What was Clump saying about?
Paddy's good, man. You know, people don't realize how good Paddy is. He's gonna beat Mike. Mike's not as good.
Yeah.
I'm like,
And Paddy's a good fighter.
but here's my thing.
Sure,
Just
me a Sharpie.
from the objective viewpoint, I don't know how. I'm surprised Paddy is the favorite, And then if you are a fan watching, like, I don't know why you would say that Paddy is better than Mike until they fight and they actually see what the result is.
Right.
Because he's done nothing to show that he would be.
I was going to say, how long ago? When was the last time Paddy was in the ring?
It's been a while.
Yeah, I mean, he won his last one. I think it was last year.
Yeah, like
But-
early last year.
Yeah.
Because I did see him scrap with that troll, which respect.
Yeah,
Respect.
Yeah, respect to that. This one will be a fun one.
That's going to be a blast, man.
It's gonna be fun to watch. I can't wait.
You saw
When the fight props come out, though, I think there's a good look at under 5 rounds or under a certain amount of rounds as part of the parlay. I think it's a big move for us.
Yeah, hit like a same fight parlay.
Right. And this UFC parlay, I will be heavy Chandler fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
but I
gotta ride
like
with the boy.
Lopez.
Oh, yeah.
I
love
like Lopez.
Dude, did y'all see Mike and Paddy? They were doing the Zoom call with each other, and they're talking about how they think the fight's going to go. And Paddy is saying that, Mike won't be able to put his hands on him or whatever it is. And Mike just lifts up his fist in the camera. The calloused, and Paddy put his hands up too, but the calluses of their knuckles, both of their hands looked broken.
Yeah.
And they're both laughing, and Mike's like, "You got bird hands. You got bird hands." I'm like, dude, y'all need to go get your hands checked out for the long term.
There's something going on there. You got arthritic hands at the end of the day.
Did you see that meme Mike quote tweeted, and it was talking about who's favored to win, and it's Paddy in his fat version. And
it's like
Mike just
trying to tell a
standing there
UFC
looking like a
fan
Greek
the person on the left is favored over the person on the right.
Yeah.
Because Mike he's got the off the bus look.
Yeah.
He walks out the bus, you're like, God, I got to fight that guy.
He'll be ready to go.
How long do y'all think he'll be jacked for?
Forever.
Forever.
Mike's a forever.
65 years old, he'll be 6-pack?
I think so. He might have like a beer gut or something like that, but it'll be like one of those strong ones to where you can still see the outline of the 6-pack, and I still think he'll be arms, shoulders, pit bull head, everything else.
Yeah.
Because he's older in the game, and he's the most fit fighter probably.
Yeah.
I will say
and he's
this.
obsessed with the fitness world.
I can see Chandler getting a Bill Compton 2022 body. I could see it happening.
You could see it going
I
like
could
that.
see it going like that.
Dang.
Just like he hangs it up and he's like, you know what? Obviously Mike's got this incredible work ethic, motivation, walk on mentality. But when he hang the gloves up and he's gets a little relaxed, it's very easy to see Mike when I see him at Beer Olympics and I see him kind of when he's off a little bit, you can see it goes to the tummy.
Yeah, it'll be like a little pot belly.
Yeah, it'll
but
be a
it's still
pot belly
strong pot
with just tread of a 6-pack there.
Yeah.
You can see it popping out. He's not the tallest guy in the world, too. He's going to enjoy himself a little bit. He's going to travel the world.
You saw Bill Compton over the weekend, though.
I saw Bill Compton over the weekend.
Jeff Bezos.
I thought Bill Compton was on that peptide.
You thought? What are you talking about?
No. Let me finish. The
Boy,
peptide. Yeah, he's on it. I know he's
on it all.
Bill goes, "You ever done DECA?" It's yo, no, I've never.
The strong jaw he's got going on right now.
DECA.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
You missed your window for the title.
He's got a peptide in him that is giving him a tan. You ever see those peptides? They have a peptide now that actually manipulates your body.
What?
Yes, that will make you tan without going in the sun. Because I was asking him, bro, you look tan.
Might need that in the wintertime.
Might need it. Might gotta have it. But it tricks your body
Yeah,
into being dark.
Yeah, I don't know if he's on that one. I don't even know what that one's
No,
called.
he said he wasn't. I asked him straight up.
Okay.
Reverse Michael Jackson.
I asked him straight up. But the reason why I saw Bill is sweet Rue had a 3rd birthday party. Let's give a round of applause for little Rue.
Shout out little Rue.
Hey, it was at a nice little spot too. There was a bouncy house, some tacos going on. Some guy was just baristaing his ass off.
Yes,
putting
bro.
some fire lattes together. But this is your stage. Will, go ahead.
Clutch little coffee bar. Char wanted to throw the party for Rue, and she's like, babe, it's Rue's golden birthday.
Yep,
and
the
first of
golden
all, what a
birthday.
shitty golden birthday to
Terrible.
have that early in your life. But dude, she had a great time. She had a great week. Her birthday was on Thursday. Brought her to the shop. The boys are hyping her up. We go into the weekend. Family's coming to town. I had my brothers, my dad, everybody driving to town 5 hours. Oh, Uncle Brad came to town. Had a lot of good friends. JP shows up last minute. Rue gets hyped. Hey, Rue, JP's here. She's like, I want to see JP. But she had a blast, man. And then Jarod took her to the ballet around Christmas, and it was just like a mother-daughter little date. So I wanted to throw a little daddy-daughter date in there. She wanted to bring her homie Livy.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so
She got scared of that little check, didn't she?
Double daddy-daughter date going on with the boy Brian. Shout out Brian and Livy. But we had a great time, man, and they had fun. No breakdowns. We were walking into the state. We were walking to the arena. We left Passy in the truck, and she's like, "I want Passy." I'm like, "Hey, Passy's in the truck.
Yeah.
We got to give
Put it away for
we got to
a
give the Passy's to Passy Ferry this week. So the Passy's are going away.
They're gone.
Yeah. That'll be a
Yeah.
big thank God we're going to Oregon. That'll be one of those thank God.
Yeah,
we're going to Oregon for a few
yeah.
days. Yeah.
Like you'll get a call from Charles.
Yeah.
Hey, have you landed yet? Call me.
Yeah, you dropped them off at the Passy Ferry yet? Because
Yeah.
I got her this weekend. Charles going out of town to Arizona to do a work thing, and so I got both kids this weekend. So I'm just hoping those few days of chaos.
Get through the turbulent times.
Get through the turbulence.
Because it's like passies are like the kids' version of nicotine. It
Oh.
takes 3 days to get out of your system, but then it's really about the habit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
1,000%. Now, I feel like Rue rips that thing, and it's just like, man, it is going to be hell getting her off of this.
Are you going to go a different path with the passy on Scotty?
Yeah, I think you have to.
Got to.
I think you have to. And shout out Scotty. It doesn't seem like she's as like she doesn't lean on the passy near as much as like Rue just out of the womb was all about the passy.
Yeah,
You'd have to go wake her up. Like Scotty sleeps well. Rue didn't sleep as well as Scotty did. Scotty's a lot more chill. She's all smiles. Like Rue's all smiles too. But Rue, like her personality was the way she was as like an infant too.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to go a different route with little Scotty Joe.
It's amazing to see Rue's little transition of confidence. Because in the first couple of years of life, a year and a half,
when she can't
first
really
year and a
say a
half.
whole lot.
when she was first starting to get mobile, like you'd see her, she like kind of like stranger danger with everybody. It seemed like it was only mom and dad. And recently in the last year, it's like this girl has all the confidence in the world.
Yeah,
She's all about it.
her spirit is awesome, man.
Got myself a little time with Scotty. Me and Tay were holding her. She was bobbing and weaving, doing the little head. She was chicken pecking around a
all
little bit.
smiles, right?
All smiles. She's got her dad's mouth. She only breathes through her mouth. Like it was a nice little time. It was a nice little time.
You got to start taping her mouth when she sleeps.
And you could see Charles' parents. Like we kind of like we didn't take her, but like, hey, you mind if we? Like yeah. And then Charles' mom kind of just stood over me and Taylor for the 20 minutes, kind of like making sure we were doing it right.
Lola's a little helicopter mom.
Yeah, I like helicopter grandparent.
Yeah.
No, but that was a fun birthday party. I took down those Ladybird tacos too.
I was gonna say shout out Ladybird. Those tacos,
Yeah.
bang, bro. If
Fire,
you're local in Nashville,
fire.
go hit up Ladybird.
Yeah, it was a nice setup, and then the lattes, dude. I mean, there was only 2 on the docket, and then
Yeah.
at the bottom it said cold brew, and I went to do my thing. I walked
Yeah.
up to Buddy and I said, "Hey, let me get that cold brew," and he's like, "No, I don't have it. I forgot it actually." I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, let me get this latte then." I smacked 3 of them things
Dude, they were awesome.
in an
The
hour.
coffee bar was clutch.
Clutch.
Just clutch that for the adults.
That
'cause
had
you
to
have
be
the
a
little,
Compton edition.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Charlie was thinking about it because I was like, you talk about the party and having a party for your 3-year-old and having everybody come. And then she's like, I got some things that, the adults will have. You have Ladybird Taco, you have a coffee bar, stuff for people to enjoy, have some conversation. That way you're not just watching the 3-year-olds the entire time.
Right. My 2 kids ran in there. And
They had fun. And by the way, Brian wanted me to tell you guys that your kids were awesome to Parks.
That's awesome.
His son.
He's the straight haired. He's got black hair, right?
Yeah.
He's a straight kid.
He's like, I think he's 4.
Yeah.
He's a 4-year-old. So
'Cause
usually
they were-
he's ripping around with Livy, who's 2, I believe, or 3.
Right.
Rue's age. So he's usually around the younger kids. So getting to hang out with the older kids, Win and Willow were like awesome to him. So
Win
he was
is
like, hey,
Win
give-
has got
give
this
Taylor
thing
a
about her
shout out.
where she's like she does really good with young kids.
Yeah.
Like she kind of takes them under their wing. Taylor was very nervous about the physicality going in the bounce house. And Taylor would be like, hey, go take care of that. And I walk over and be like, you guys got to calm down. But then I like body slam one of them and walk away like, I made it worse. So they owned it for a little bit. But Taylor made a point. Every time a little kid comes in, chill.
Yeah.
So then a little kid would kind of start climbing up. I helped one little kid in there once. I had to make, it's always uncomfortable grabbing a kid that's not yours.
Yeah.
But as soon as the kid got in, Wynn's like, hey, time out. Little kid, and they all kind of just like watch the kid like kind of stroll around for a little bit.
It's funny.
Once it got out, it was fucking WWE in there.
Isn't it funny too? Like as a parent, you're like watching your little one, and then they go and hang out with like older kids, and you're kind of like, man, I hope they don't get hurt in this situation.
Yeah,
and you're kind of like up about it. So when we were driving to the game, he's like, hey, can you tell Taylor like his kids were awesome to Parks?
That's all time. That'll be a good note for Taylor when I get home because she was worried about that birthday party.
And as a parent hearing that, you're kind of like, all right.
I'm doing it right.
Yeah. You feel like you're getting something figured out.
Because a piece of me is like, when I see Willow, who's 4, go in, there's like 5 or 6-year-olds, and she starts trying to mix it up. I want to see her put her hands on somebody.
Yeah.
I want to see her. I want to see what kind of shit she's got to her. Yeah. And she didn't disappoint Dad.
Yeah.
She did not disappoint Dad. She was tossing kids around. I told her to chill one time. She's like, all right. And then she grabbed that boy, that 4-year-old boy.
She grabbed that boy.
She grabbed that boy and like slung him in the thing. I'm like, fuck yeah. And I walked away like, all right. Yeah. She's got it. She's got the stuff.
Well, I saw her took, your elbow just gave her one to the head and she just didn't even blink.
My elbow?
Yeah. You're like, oh, my bad, sweetheart, but she usually like,
Oh yeah, Willow might have CTE.
Got a little bulldog
Yeah,
head.
she kind of just eats shit. Yeah. She does internalize a little bit, which you got to worry about, but she does when it comes to pain. She eats like we had a birthday party in the summertime. I don't know why this podcast doesn't be about my kids, but she like one of the big chairs at my kitchen counter, the big heavy chairs, like fell and landed on her foot, and she was screaming. And I was like, she might actually broke her. I might actually have to take this kid to the hospital. And I go, hey, sweetie, if it hurts that bad, we have to go to the hospital. She's like, it doesn't hurt that bad. We're fine. We're staying for the party. Yeah. And the rest of the day, I think she had like a bruise on top of her foot, was limping around for like 3 days. But like after the party was possibly going away from her, she's like, we're good. Don't worry about this.
Yeah.
She's got it. She's got it, man.
Dude,
shout out kids.
Shout out the kids. Do you have a thing? I would love your intel. I would love your input. But do you have a thing when your kid is getting like too many presents?
Yeah.
Like too many birthday presents? Because we're sitting there, Charles and I, like, Rue's opened some of them. And some Charles and I are like, let's figure out how to like donate some gifts. So that way she doesn't have like too many gifts.
That's the move right there. Because Taylor's got such a big family. They just flood so many gifts.
And it's like, how do you tell people to like,
chill?
How do you tell people to like not get too many gifts?
Right. Like I came home from.
Matter of fact, I think you're a culprit. You had like massive bags.
Yeah, I had 3
and I remember
bags.
looking at that bag, just being like, God damn it,
I
Taylor.
know, because I am an enabler. Because I have the same worry as you. Is like I don't like anything. I want my kid to have good work ethic and not be like, and just be grateful. Good work ethic and grateful are the 2 like key pillars for me.
Yeah.
So when all these presents are coming in, what we'll do is we'll get all the presents. We'll see what they play with in the first couple of weeks, and then we're like, hey, let's donate. And then you have to explain. There's kids that don't get gifts. There's kids that don't have it as good as you. My kids don't know. They walk around in my house and I'm like, you have no fucking clue, man. You have no how tough this life can actually be.
I like that move though. Figure out what they're playing with, and then
and then you donate them away. But then you find out what they really love, because you'll be like, all right, this box, it's going out of here. It's getting gone. And they really they'll sit there with $2 in their hand and have a breakdown about it. But I sit there, I'm like, yeah, you gotta pick one, brother.
Which one
you gotta pick one. I'm with you on the spoiling stuff though. That stuff worries me.
Because it's like, I don't want to sit there and tell everybody to like not get her a gift,
right.
Especially like when, all my brothers, everybody wants to, be the uncle. Everybody wants to have like.
I'm sure Cody gift. And Wyatt are sitting there being like, who's gonna outgift?
Yeah, because I remember telling Cody, I'm like, bro, just get her like a headband that has like Elsa or Frozen on it. Like, she'll be good with that. He gets her like a butterfly kit, which she enjoys. I'm just thinking, you don't have to get gifts for her all the time.
If everybody,
Christmas is good, and then if you get like a nice like small, like sentimental type gift for a birthday or something, I feel like that's kind of the.
I think if everybody listened to you, she would only have Frozen headbands. Because I think I asked you and a couple guys.
The gifts I recommend was like a soccer ball and a Frozen headband.
That's you just have a dozen soccer balls and 15 headbands.
Yeah,
there you go, Rue.
Here's a Moana one. Here's an Elsa one.
But it was a good party.
Yeah,
it was a solid little party, man. It was a good time.
Everybody seemed to have a good time.
It was a big weekend for all of us, man.
JP, your mom came to town.
She did. Mom was in town, first time visiting me in Nashville. And it was.
I heard your dad was a little tight about it.
He was. First words out of his mouth when I'm talking to him, yeah, it's bullshit, man. I was like, God dang. So, no, but it was good. She wanted to stay in our apartment with us. And if he would have come, they wouldn't have been able, because we got a queen size guest bed. But we hit NoCo, best restaurant in Nashville.
That's the one in East?
Yeah.
JP's high on it.
High on it. And then listening room on Saturday, which listening room is awesome. If y'all haven't been, they'll just do like writers rounds, or guys that have written all these #1 songs will be performing them, telling you the story behind it, which always amazes me. There's like a couple guys out there that have #1 songs that have been on ice for like 15 years. And then finally somebody cuts it and they get their first #1, even though they wrote it back in the early 2000s. The industry is messed up, but it was awesome. It's anytime you get to spend time with your mom. Like, I feel like this is the first time since college we've hung out like this, which is cool.
Awesome, man.
So it was a lot of fun.
We got to get your dad out here, and for all the dads, just of the Bussin With The Boys crew, you're put on notice. You're expected to be out here for the dad combine,
except for my dad.
Do we have a date? No, he's there.
Dave
don't have a date
Dave
yet.
might have to have a 1-year suspension.
We're putting Dave
I
in
might
the
have to
dunk
go
tank.
hire a homeless guy and make him be my dad for the day.
We'll just we'll build like a penalty box and just put him in the penalty
because
box.
Dave was talking about it. He's like, hey, I gotta make this right. I'm like, I might make sure you don't come.
Sounds like he's trying to make it better.
He's trying to make it better, but also Dave, like, everyone kind of thinks when we play board games or whatever, like, oh, Taylor would do that. And then when you go, it just confirms to everybody. I'm trying to rewrite history. I'm trying to break family ties. And you're out here doing that to us, man.
Trying to break the generational habits.
Yeah, you know Dave's listening to this right now, just like, God damn it, Taylor, please let me come back.
You're allowed. Yeah, Dave, you're allowed back.
Yeah, Dave's back.
Oh, that's great. All right.
Yeah, Dave's welcome
I've been
back.
vetoed, Dave. You're
You gotta
in.
have Dave, man. You
Dude.
gotta have Dave. You gotta have all the dads there.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of dad mode, seemed like you dove into some dad mode over the weekend.
Yeah, dude. Thursday, we had a nice little flood happen in our basement because we had the tornado warning on Wednesday night.
Dude, we had tornado warnings all week.
It was
long,
it
I
was a
felt
week
like
of
here.
tornadoes. And so we get in the basement. We have a little safe room down there. We get everybody kind of bundled up or whatever. And I remember at like 3 a.m, both my girls are like, not worried about a tornado. They're more worried about spiders, but they also want water. So I go and get them water, bring it to them, and then I fall asleep. Morning, Taylor gets up and Willow get up, and they kind of go. Then Wynn gets up. I'm kind of still sleeping. I'm like, I'm getting my time in a little bit. I go to get up, and I step on the ground, and I'm like, holy shit, like they must have spilled the water. And I take a couple more steps, and I'm like, this is not spilled water. It's not. So the whole basement is flooded. And then I find this little drain, and it's like just covered in like random shit. I just a bunch of ground stuff. That's what it is. A bunch of ground stuff. And dude, there's like a dozen people at my house trying to like figure everything out, what's going on. We're putting things back in place. And everyone's kind of just staring at this thing. We take that little drain thing off because it's supposed to drain water stuff. We take that off, and then the ground shit was everywhere. And I'm like, I don't know where this pipe goes. And I got real men standing around just kind of looking at it like, what do we do next?
Yeah.
And I said, why don't we take a little strainer and put it on there? And they're like, yeah, all right, buddy. Kind of give me that. Yeah. Oh, try whatever you want. It's your house. I did that shit and it drained. All of it. All of it, bro.
That ground stuff didn't stand a chance.
It didn't stand a chance with me, dude. I had so much stuff.
The ground stuff was in
Yeah, the
shambles,
water
seeing
stuff.
that.
The water stuff was mixed in with the ground stuff, dude. We just had a lot of stuff going on down there. And then the next day, I come to the bus, or no, yeah, Friday I go to the bus, come back, and there's this big ass, like ferret and yeah, there's a big ass cage stuff for like animals and shit. It sounds like you got to put that together, and it always says the same thing: no tools needed. But you open up the damn little thing, and it's got like this bullshit screw.
The little Allen wrench.
Yeah, so you know what your boy did. I walked into the garage, called somebody. Hey, where are the power tools that I bought 4 years ago? They tell me where it's at. I get the Milwaukee tools out, and your boy put that together too. So it was a big weekend for my man card.
Dad mode was
That's-
activated.
A little note too, that strainer is actually still right there right now. I've left it out.
Preparing.
I wanted the real men to pull up on Monday and see that.
Yeah.
I wanted them to see. Notice that there's no water here. I wonder how he did it. Probably the strainer. So yeah, it was a big deal for me, man. Big weekend.
The tornado stuff was crazy, man. What
Yeah.
was the big day? Wednesday when it
Yeah.
first started. And the sirens are going off all around the city. We're watching the live stream on YouTube. What's that page? Shout out those guys.
Nash Severe. Was it Nash Severe?
WX or something.
They're the best follow when it comes to storms in Nashville.
The chat that you want to
The
talk
chat
about
was
the elite
active.
chat.
Yeah.
The chat
That
was
chat
active.
is going nuts. They're like, an alien abduction has occurred in East. And then everyone's running with it. Send us the updates.
They go crazy, man.
That is too, because the one that happened a few years ago, it was going crazy. And I wanted to say Charles and I slept through it, like the one that hit in East.
Dude, yes.
You kind of
Same.
like wake up and you go back to sleep. But this time, knowing that it was all going off and you got the 2 kids upstairs and stuff, it's like, you're starting to feel a little more serious about the tornado warnings. Like we're down in the closet, we're laying on the floor and everything. Rue's like, Dad, are you scared? I was like, no, Dad's not scared. And she's like, okay, I'm not scared either.
No, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Dude, a couple years ago when that tornado happened,
Yeah.
I'm in that Georgetown house. And Talon's like, hey, there's a tornado warning night. You think we should get the kids and bring them downstairs? And I was like, nah, we're fine. Go to sleep. Slept through the siren, slept
Just
through
ripped
everything.
through the city.
Slept through everything. Woke up the next day, just like absolute chaos happened in Nashville. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah,
Like, I need to be a
yeah.
better leader.
yeah,
You're a better
we
leader in
should've
this
probably took
household.
cover on this one.
Dude, the tornado thing.
It was happening all week long. Like I want to say on Friday, I want to say my dad got in and then we were talking about possibly doing dinner. And they're like, you guys don't have any storms going on? And then I checked the app and I'm like, oh, heavy rain's supposed to hit in 5 minutes. And just like that, bro, heavy rainfall was going nuts.
It was dumping.
Blowing sideways. A tree goes down on the road that takes out the power for like half the block. It was
Yeah.
crazy, dude.
Did
It was a-
power stay intact?
Yeah. Generator.
Let's go.
I don't even know if the generator worked or not because I had power the whole time. but
Good
good time.
You sent that text on Wednesday asking about power, and I was like, no.
No, dude, trust
dude.
me, I've been walking around in that rain. There were some lightning strikes though that I felt like were on top of me.
Room.
I was going out, choring, hitting the animals, making sure they're all good. And at one point there was like a light flash, and like the top of my hair felt like it got staticky, and then a loud crack right after that. And I legit was like, these animals got to fend for themselves tonight. I'm fucking out of
Whenever
here.
like a flash of lightning happens, y'all do that old like wives' tale where you count like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi.
Yeah.
And when the thunder happens, you're like, all right, that's how far away. The
Yeah,
sun is.
Yes.
dude.
That's a good one. That's a good
We're-
pull, dude.
We were
That's
playing
a fun
PUBG
one.
that night, and the storm would happen or the lightning would strike, and I'm just sitting there in my head counting. I'm like, don't worry, boys, it's like 20 miles away right now.
Yeah. Speaking of PUBG, what a game.
But yeah, we
Gooning
finally
with the
got you on.
boys, yes.
We got you on.
And you guys did it in a way that I couldn't say no.
Yeah.
Like Sherm and Will pulled me into our little area where we stream. And I'm like, oh shit, who's on the hot seat? And they're like, nah, it's not a hot seat, it's the opportunity seat. And I'm like, oh shit, what's happening? They're like, PUBG, we need a fourth tonight. Are you in? And I immediately called Talon.
Yeah.
I was like, can I do this?
How
Do
fun
we
is
have
the
any
game?
plans? So much fun.
It was like
Such a
a
good time.
dream of mine was coming to life, because I brought up PUBG, I brought up Rainbow Six back in the wrist days
Yep.
during COVID,
Yes.
and seeing it all come to life, like it was a proud moment.
That makes me look back at the COVID time and say we missed an op
Yeah.
with the PUBG
We
stuff.
wouldn't have been able to pull it off that well though, because our boy Brad,
Well, then also we had 5 too.
the biscuit, yeah.
And you have to play a 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Brad would have been essentially Jarod,
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Well, he just can't really play shooter games. Like you got your boys who just, for whatever reason, they can't play shooter games that well. And he's
Yeah.
one of those guys that you just can't, like, all right, let's just play Risk or let's play Rocket League. And then you just leave them off on the side.
Do you want to talk about what Jarod did?
So,
Is
so
that
Jarod,
No.
so Jarod and Taylor have this rivalry going on.
It's not a rivalry.
It's like a sibling rivalry.
Yeah, he's like a little bro.
Yeah. Little bro, big bro. That dynamic goes on at all times. Here you go. That little rivalry goes on. It feels like at all times at the shop.
Yeah, it's
and
fun.
knowing that we were going to get Jarod and Taylor on the game on PUBG, we already knew it was going to be fireworks.
Yep.
And so I start planning in Jared's ear to kill Taylor when he lands in PUBG. And then Jarod looks at me like as he leaves, and JP and Coop, I believe, were standing there, and Jarod was like, "You have my word, I'll kill him." And I'm like, all right, yeah, and walked off. That night, Taylor's on before Jarod can get on. It's just me, Sherman, Taylor playing. And then Taylor starts like, "Hey, I'm gonna kill Jarod," and then texts in our group chat with me, him, and Sherm, like, "I'm gonna kill Jarod whenever we land." And I'm just grinning behind the phone, knowing that both of them want to kill each other when they land.
Well, Sherm said when we first got on, he's like, I can't wait for Jarod to get on because one of them is going to kill each other.
Yeah, yeah.
So when I hear Jared's getting on, I hit you both. I'm like, hey, should I kill Jarod? But the way my ADD works, I put my phone down and then completely forgot about it.
But I'm texting you on the side. I'm like, I'm telling Jarod and Taylor both on the side. I'm telling Jarod, hey, Taylor said he's going to
Puppet
kill
Master
you.
Willie, dude.
Yeah, and then I'm texting Taylor. I'm like, hey, Jarod said he's going to kill you, so you got to move fast when you land. And then I text Sherm just one-on-one, like, this is awesome. Jarod and Taylor, this is going to be hilarious. They both land, and we're starting to loot. And if you're not familiar with PUBG, you're like looting, you're trying to pick up gear and everything else. Jarod, I see him run across my window, like going to kill you. And then I just hear Taylor on the mic saying, oh, I don't have any ammo yet. And I'm like, oh, Jared's going to get the boy Taylor. So I go into the room to watch this unfold. Jarod knocks down Taylor. And in this game, you don't kill anybody outright. You knock them down first, and then they're crawling, and then you would have to finish them off. And then they're out of the game. They're out of the game unless you like bring them back to life.
Right. And when you first drop in the game, like there's like, you guys were referring to it as hot drops, and then sometimes you drop and there's like nobody around.
Yeah.
So when we dropped, there was really nobody around us.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of going, I go, hey, I got no ammo if anybody has any. And then all of a sudden I get shot. My little screen like vibrates and I see a little blood pop up. I'm like, hey, I'm taking shots. I'm taking shots. And then I get knocked, and it's like, you know, you've been knocked, and it puts you in this like little like crawly position. And I just like pan my camera over, and I just see Jarod like
standing there,
pressing his pelvis against me, crawling around.
Jarod starts teabagging him, telling him he's got to
Teabagging
take
me,
this.
and I just
We're all
start laughing.
And then
Yeah.
he picks Taylor up. So it's like, okay, he's going to pick him up. Like, let's start playing the game. He knocks Taylor again.
Yes.
Picks him up. Knocks him a third time.
Which is still funny.
We're all sitting there on the mic like, Jarod, what are you doing? Like,
No.
time's running out. Like, we're going to have to.
The
like,
storm's
bro,
coming.
stop knocking him down. Like, let's start playing now.
Yes.
Then Jarod kills him, like executes him and murders him to where he's out of the game.
Where it's like, you've been killed.
Yeah. And we're
I'm
like,
just
Jarod, what the fuck are you doing, bro? He's like, you told me. And just like that, Jarod is that friend. We're in high school. If you
100%.
get in trouble in front of your parents, he starts narking and saying everything. He's like, Will texted me this at like 9:50 p.m. Make sure make sure you kill Taylor. Taylor's going to kill you. Will sends a screenshot saying Taylor's going to kill you. Will saying all this. Sherm's there. Sherm's laughing saying kill him. And he just starts outing everybody. And we're all just laughing like, bro, Jarod, relax.
And
dude.
the whole time in the game, I'm so new to the game. I'm like, am I just done for this round then? Like, I just got to sit here and wait. So Jared's got to go revamp me. He takes on fire.
Yeah.
It was a fucking deal, man.
It was a fun night, though. We were up Goon until like 2 a.m, I feel like, before we got the chicken
late
dinner.
night. It was a late, got that chicken dinner, though.
Yeah.
It was massive. It was a massive deal.
The chatter was just epic for the remainder of the night between Will and Taylor. Everything turned into a fight from there on out of Jarod got the scope that Taylor wanted, wouldn't give it to Taylor.
Yeah.
Was like trying to get you to like do or like say things like you forgave him or like, hey, it's all good, you knocked me, and then I'll give you the scope.
Yeah.
yeah. Like that's gonna count for anything.
Yeah. And I loved how deep his voice was when he was knocking you. He was like, yeah, what do you think about that, Taylor? What do you think? And then as soon as Taylor was like, when he killed Taylor and we're like, dude, what are you doing? And he started narking on everybody. He went the high pitch voice. It was like, Will, I don't know. It was just like the tale of two Jarods.
Yeah. That night, I want to say the sleep hour count was low. However, what I got in the mail, I've gotten on my Ashton Hall shit. What's
Ashton Hall?
Ashton Hall, come on.
The morning routine.
Come on, bro.
Oh, yeah.
The dude who's doing it out there.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a leader.
Okay, my fault. Go on.
He's got these magnetic nasal strips, and I got them in the mail. And I shit you not, they're game changers.
Really?
These are game changers, boys. Like there's different
You
tapes
clip
out
one
there.
on, you clip the other, like pulls your
Yeah,
nostril.
there's like tapes out there that try to that stay stiff and they try to expand your nostrils. This one, it has like a little piece of tape on each side and it has this little magnetic strip, right? And so then you have like this fixed, like hard material nasal strip to where it magnetizes to it so it expands your nostrils far. So I have the mouth tape on. I have the nostril magnetic strips now. And bro, I think I only got like 5 hours and some change of sleep. I logged an 80 sleep score on my Garmin.
No shit.
Yeah.
Mount tape and everything?
I'm telling you, type in magnetic nasal strip.
Let me ask you this.
So we can at least shout out the brand. So in case people that want to get their sleep game in order.
How does it work with the face routine though?
So you'll do your face routine, make sure you're dry up. Now, our boy Ashton Hall, he uses a banana to clean his face. I haven't gotten that far yet. I'll just use the face wash. I'll do my little night routine on my face.
Yeah.
But I'll make sure it's dry. Yeah, intake bands. Magnetic intake bands is the spot, is the place to order from. And so you'll still have like your dry skin. You'll get it dry and you'll just tape them on and it'll magnetize it up and just inflate your nostrils.
I put like an oil on. There's an oil at the end, so my face is like greasy.
You might have to try it out and experiment. Who knows?
Yeah.
Again, Ashton Hall, he rubs the banana on, so I'm sure there's a little bit of moisture when he does it. Who knows?
Yeah, but there's cuts.
But I'm just letting you know, Intake, that's the brand.
Mm-hmm.
It is a game changer.
Okay. All right, good to know.
That might have to be my shout out, no free shout
I
out.
was gonna say we normally give no free shout outs.
Yeah,
but
should we
That's true.
talk
We do.
about,
We are a no free shout out podcast. No free shout outs.
let's talk about Bojangles. Bojangles is the home of delicious chicken, scratch-made biscuits, legendary sweet tea, and amazing fixins. Bojangles breakfast is the best biscuit sandwich in the game, like their iconic Cajun filet. Bojangles Supremes are always a good choice, especially when paired with sauces like our house-made ranch, honey mustard, and peach honey pepper. Their current offer, free Cajun filet biscuit with code BUSSIN. That's BUSSIN. Available April 7th through April 20th. April 20th also my wife and I's anniversary, 9 years. At participation locations.
Make sure people say that line again. Free.
Free Cajun filet biscuit with code BUSSIN. Available April 7th through April 20th at participating locations. Okay?
You get the Cajun filet biscuit, boys.
Bing.
This is the move. Honey. You put honey on this.
Gotta put honey on it.
Do what?
Yeah, honey sauce. Honey up there.
We have some. I think we. Oh shit! We got honey. You want to take a bite? I know, just to not. I'm sure people are watching. Like,
Yeah,
man, I wonder what this is going to taste like in
Yeah.
their mouth. We got to get these free. We got to get these free Cajun biscuits. Yeah, the biscuit is soft. Yes. Do you want honey?
Hey, Taylor.
Yo,
If you got extra biscuit.
extra biscuit.
We just cut to this part,
Yeah.
Mitch, so that way.
Yeah, give me that great jelly.
All right, you want it? All right. Oh, nice.
We got it.
Here we go.
You just break that off the mic?
He blew it.
So my Bo free shout out this week is going to be intake magnetic bands on your nose. I'm telling you, and everybody listening, parent life, it doesn't matter. This shit is a game changer. I swear to God. I think it's supposed to help too people with deviated septums, because the tape doesn't necessarily work like the tape brands out there. But the magnetic one, bro, it's like this fixed hard material, so it expands out your nostrils, and it has all these different levels for your nose. So if you want a massive one, if you want a smaller one, if you have a little petite nose, I don't know if anybody on the bus has a petite nose. Maybe
No.
Sherm.
Sherm got a cute little ass
Yeah,
nose.
he's got a cute little button nose.
Come on.
Come on now.
But yeah, intake.
Good shout out.
Intake.
Yeah.
Good shout out.
Honey?
I got you. Let's go.
My shout out, no free shout out is gonna go.
Bo free shout out.
My shout out, no Bo shout. My shout out, Bo free shout out, goes to deep laughter on the microphone while playing online with the boys. When there's someone just says something, or it's late at night and you just get the giggles, and everyone's just kind of laughing, and then it's quiet for a little bit, and then someone's laughter starts more laughter for everybody else.
Yeah.
There's really not an endorphin spike like anything else.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
I have a shout out.
Okay, Mitch. All right, Mitch. Talk to him, Mitch.
So it's not. Okay, I'm not going to preface it. My shout out, no free shout out is my shout out. Bo free shout out
Oh,
is getting up really early and like knocking out a workout or doing whatever you need to do, and then like getting to work early and then just knocking some shit out, and then you feel like, okay, that was a productive morning. I got up at 6:15 this morning. I ran 1.5 miles. I signed up for a 5K on last Saturday for this coming Saturday, not realizing that we travel all week, so I'm not going to be able to run for the rest of the week. But like, yeah, I have this triathlon coming up, so I ran this morning, got to work at like 7:30, knocked some shit out here, and I was like, this was a productive ass morning. Like, this felt good. I'm a bit tired, but I got a coffee and it felt really good this morning.
you're gonna sleep like a baby tonight too.
Oh yeah.
You got that run in so you could eat this biscuit.
Shout out
huh?
Bo
Oh,
free
100%.
shout out Ashton Hall. He's changing
He's
lives.
changing lives.
That
We gotta
morning
get him
routine.
on Bojangles.
Got to get him on Bojangles.
Can I say something about this biscuit real quick? Yeah. That bite you take minutes after, I still have the flavor of the biscuit while also
Little heat.
having a little bit of that heat from the Cajun filet chicken. 4.5.
It's a good biscuit.
It's a good biscuit.
Soft biscuit.
It's a good biscuit. Next time I'm gonna have it with the honey though. I gotta do it with the honey next time. Yeah.
I don't know if this is breaking any rules, but I have 2 shout out Bo free shout outs.
Go ahead.
First one is a personal, a selfish shout out, Bo free shout out. I heard tell that flag football season is starting today for a particular person on the bus.
Wow.
Mitch Carsley. We've been
The
talking
goat,
about
the flag football goat.
mustache Mitch, all the different forms of Mitch, but I think my favorite form of Mitch is flag football Mitch. I'm really excited for the content that comes from that this year.
Got some new stuff lined up this year.
Huge. And the back of the bus pod is going to be a perfect place for us to really deep dive into the flag football stuff. So I'm excited for that as well. And then more selfishly, the shout out, Bo free shout out. I went to go pick up a pizza this weekend. The pizza wasn't ready. So I parked the car and I just sat there in the parking lot. The sound of rain when you're in a parked car and there's no wipers going and it's just a D on the top of the car. Love that.
Dude.
Good
Rain on a
shout
tin
out.
roof too is solid.
Good shout out.
My shout out, Bo free shout out, goes to good customer service. And I mentioned NoCo earlier, but if you're a restaurant and you are a restaurant that takes reservations, I cannot stress enough how much you should add this to your game. From a service industry standard, this should be the standard. The next day, NoCo, you get a phone call from NoCo Nashville, and it's one of the managers, whoever it is. Hey, JP, just want to say thanks again for coming in last night. How was everything? Tell them how it was. All right, man, thank you so much for coming in. to our restaurant and for, your business. We really appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Getting a phone call the next day from a place you already had a great dinner from is like, you feel like you're a part of their family.
Damn. That is a nice little nugget.
Great touch.
Yeah.
It's a good
And
shout out.
they
That's
were hooking
5-star
it up.
shit.
We got the tomahawk. I swear this is why. The tomahawk, obviously, it's like a more expensive thing, and then like it comes out when it's ready, so you have a little bit of time. And they brought 2 more like free appetizers. Like, hey,
From the chef.
here's the shrimp. This is on me. Here's these fries. This is on me. And it's like, y'all are crushing it, and that is why Adoko is the best restaurant in Nashville.
Noko better hook the boy up with a little gift card.
Yeah, no doubt. And those fries look crazy to the right of that. What is that? Tomahawk?
Yeah.
Is that shishito peppers on the side too?
Best shishito peppers that you'll ever have, dude.
Dog, I love shishito peppers.
The Caesar
He does.
salad is
Taylor
crazy.
He does. He loves
I
shishito
fuck with
peppers.
shishito peppers. I've been. I think I went when it first opened up with the boy Chandler. Chandler and your boy
Yeah.
NF.
Yeah.
We all went out to dinner and grabbed. It was fire. That steak is really good. You brought up a thing too that I need to do a better job of, and that's doing Nashville activities in Nashville.
Yeah.
I just don't like. I got Jason, so I don't really eat out. And then like my weekends are pretty much like, hey, we do whatever with the kids, and then we go to the farmers market. Like I'm pretty structured. I gotta figure out a way to get out of my own head and go to these writers' rounds or these like, other events that are taking place in Nashville that make Nashville Nashville. Because I have people come in all the time, like whether it's Arizona or Taylor's family from Canada. Like, what should we do? We could sit on my couch while Jason cooks something. Like I
go get out in the pool or something.
Yeah. I
you
just kind of
grounds.
like we do bussin' and then I just go home and hang out. I need to find something. I need to find.
There's
that
a lot
next thing
going
for me.
on.
Yeah,
There's Nashville's
The
always
city
got a
would
bunch
love for you
going
to be out.
Like the ground stuff.
yeah. I was at Home Depot twice this weekend. I hate bragging. I hate bragging
You're on your
about
dad shit, bro.
about being a man, but I bought 2 axes.
Oh,
For what?
Planting, bro. I've been planting my ass off this spring.
what do you?
An axe for
Planting
planting.
gardens, bro.
Your accent?
What do you?
Oh, good question, Jack. I'll tell you right now. So when we first moved in, you guys pull into my house and the gate opens, and then on the right, there's like where the goats and everything are. So used to be a tree. We took that tree out because the tree died during construction. But under there is a stump, and my wife's like, "Hey, we need to take this tree. We need to plant it in this area." As I start to dig, there's too much wood, so I bought axes. I'm about to go ham on Mother Earth.
Like,
Yeah.
You have like 2 little ones. Like you're like.
No, those are hatchets. Those are hatchets. I bought a 4-pound axe and then an 8-pound axe because I didn't know which one was which.
Is that what it is?
No, because it's
usually
underground.
the
So it's
root
like
system.
it's a root system
Gotcha.
because it's not like above ground.
Please video
Yeah,
yourself.
stationary cam video yourself chopping wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shirt off. too.
Testosterone Twitter will go crazy.
Yeah. I might have to because I have been planting my ass off, boys. We got all our little like our garden. We have all in the garage. We have the lights on and stuff like that. I turn them on in the morning, turn them off at night. We water them. Taylor's all about it, man. We're making a compost station right
That's
now.
what we need.
Don't
That's
be coming
probably
in
right
with a
there.
sus swing though.
No, I got to swing down. I chopped a tree down last year. I mean, it was like that thick, but a tree nonetheless.
Chop down a plant.
Nonetheless.
Yeah, I took that motherfucker out, dude. Yeah. So anyway, I'm becoming a man. Shout out me, dude.
Yeah, shout out Matt.
Shout out me. And if you want to look like a man, get yourself some True Classic.
Mm.
Get yourself some True Classic, dude. When I first met Ryan, it was at a blackjack table. We sat there, and I just thought to myself, this man looks fantastic. He looks. What's he wearing? Sure enough, it's True Classic. Will Compton makes a little Christmas order. Ryan's a fan of the show. Bing, bang, boom. Comps it. And now we're a year and a half after that, and we're wearing True Classic. Are those True Classic plants?
Yes.
They are.
Yes.
They look fantastic.
A lot of bend, a lot of flexibility, a lot of range in these. Very loose, comforting, snugs you right, but also you have a lot of range in these pants.
They have a Pima line that is coming out March 20th. It is more elevated, silkier material, 100% Pima cotton, perfect for going out. They have 20 new styles in tall this year. I feel like that has a lot to do with me a little bit because they didn't make the 36 length. Now we got the 36 length. This shirt too, for all the tall boys out there, this one has that good drape over the crotch area. You need that sometimes, especially if you're walking a bulge like I am. If you don't want to buy online, they're at Target. They're at multiple places in Nashville. If that's where you are at, they're known for 3 things: perfect fit, feel, and price. No matter what you buy, it's going to have 3 things, top to bottoms. It is amazing. Their mantra is look good, feel good. And also the reason why I asked Sherm for a Sharpie was Wizard. We did a stream. Wizard was massive in helping me get the White Arabian Horse on Red Dead Redemption 2. Could not figure it out. He's earned himself on this plaque. It wipes away very easy, Wizard. So that's a good lesson for life. That's a good lesson for life. You're great right now. Let's continue to be great, Wizard. But yeah, dude.
Love it.
That's it.
Should we dive into Mark Norman?
What a show.
Did they need to do their master's dinner?
Oh yeah. Masters dinner. I mean, we can do that outside of the pod if you
Now,
want.
when
no,
you
I'm
say Masters dinner, now do we have like a menu to work
Can
off
we pull
of?
up the menu?
Or this is just
It's the previous winner every year sets the menu for the Masters dinner before. So what is it? Give me on Wednesday night?
Yeah, it's Scotty Scheffler.
And
So it sounds like a last meal. Like if
pretty
you're on
much,
death row.
yeah.
Like
And
you're
it's
gonna
like 3 courses, and you can choose whatever. You choose like your favorite hometown restaurant. They'll cater it in. You have like your mom's favorite, green bean casserole, whatever. So
I'm ready to go right now. So
All right.
whenever you're ready.
Go ahead, man.
You're
Just
ready?
structure it. Do like an appetizer,
Yeah.
main course, dessert.
Read off Scotty's for this year.
All right, let's read off Scotty's.
There should be a photo of it if you just go to images.
He switched it up from his previous one.
I would sabotage.
I feel like if you're in Scotty's
This is how it's
shoes,
sabotage.
if you're in Scotty's shoes, you've won before. Run the same exact dinner back.
Right?
But he added
Oh, he had multiple
some things around.
choices.
He
He's got
has
cheeseburger sliders, firecracker shrimp, Papa Chef's meatball and ravioli bites, Texas style chili.
You know I love
a
chili.
nice little
Throw
bit.
some peanut butter in there.
You got a wood-fired cowboy ribeye or blackened redfish, warm chocolate chip cookie, skillet cookie. That is pretty okay at best. if I'm
That's a
being
that's a
honest.
Texan meal.
That's a Texan
Cookie
meal.
with
That's
ice cream on a
No,
skillet?
no. That dessert, that's elite. That's the best thing on there, though.
Oh, you're saying the whole menu.
Yeah.
I think it's a solid little menu.
That's it.
Yeah, what did you not like on it?
Is that first off, I think cheeseburger sliders always sound better than they actually are.
It's a little starter though.
Yeah, it's a little starter. It's fine, but it's like, even if it is good, it's like this bite's not going very far for me. I need food.
You want to
I
hear
need
what apps
That's why
I
you
got?
look down the rest of
Yeah,
the
what
menu.
happens
with
you got?
Cowboy ribeye.
Toasted ravioli, pizza rolls, and Rocky Mountain oysters.
Okay.
And then for the little soup dish, I love the chili vibe. You're gonna have chili with little half cut sandwiches of peanut butter sandwiches. Main course is going to be CB Joe's barbecue pizza. CB Joe's is now out of business, but growing up in high school, if I could bring something back to life, it's CB Joe's barbecue pizza. That's the main course. And for dessert, I'm gonna go with the Blondie from Applebee's,
The Blondie is a white chocolate chip cookie with ice cream on top.
like a white chocolate chip brownie, coming out on a hot sizzling skillet with ice cream on top, and it is incredible.
Okay. It feels like a tear talk. Should we all give one word?
Go ahead.
Missouri.
Will.
Authentic.
Scrumptious.
Mid.
I don't want to hurt.
oysters.
I did love the Blondie. It's not my favorite version of the skillet dessert combo, but I do like the idea of a hot plate with some sort of dough on the bottom, followed by an ice cream on
Yeah.
top. I love that.
If I ever won the Masters,
Yeah.
people were eating off my menu. I think that they would get a nice taste of Willie C.
Yeah.
For sure.
If I ever won the Masters, I want people to come back that next year, and I want them to have the best meal of their entire life. So the appetizer we're going to start with is Zips medium golden wings, extra crispy, extra saucy. There will be a note on that thing saying no blue cheese allowed. There will only be ranch available to everybody. There will also be plenty of celery and carrots on the side and a lot of wet naps. Now, when I get down to my main course, you'll have multiple options, but you're going to get both. You're going to get a Monaco focaccia from Zips with half and half
I was gonna say, I'm just
onion
eating
rings and
Zips.
french fries. And also, you're going to get yourself a nice tomahawk. I think a tomahawk, you're going to have the bone in. It's not going to be cut up for you. You're going to have to work through it.
She's
Why?
JP's tomahawk.
Because there's some class there, but also you're probably going to have a couple bites of that tomahawk and be like, this is pretty damn good. But then you're going to get to that focaccia and you're like, holy shit, dude. I know I shouldn't eat this, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
The steak will also have a mound of spicy pimento cheese next to it, and then a cup of chimichurri sauce as well. Because everybody who goes into a steak place wants to get the sauce, but at one point in their life they were told when you go to a nice steakhouse, you don't ask for the sauce because it insults the chef because their steak is supposed to be a certain way. Not here. You're already getting sides with that. My dessert is going to be similar, but it is going to be a chocolate chip cookie skillet with not 1, not 2, but 3 scoops of vanilla ice cream on top. That's my master's dinner.
Solid.
Dialed.
Meaty.
Zips.
Yeah.
All hyphenated. Sign me up.
Food baby.
Food baby is a good one.
I might have to carry in some Dairy Queen. Just blizzards on deck.
People walk
Pick your
out.
flavor.
A bunch of Mitches walk out of your dinner like, it was all right. Then there's a Dairy Queen truck there waiting. Everyone just tipping over blizzards. There
Yeah.
you go.
A super slept on master's dinner was Hideki Matsuyama's.
Yeah.
I got the menu pulled up there for you guys.
Some apps he had assorted sushi, sashimi, and nigiri. Chicken skewers. What is that? Dashi broth?
It's like a miso soup
Dashi?
with some fish.
Okay, some A5 Wagyu beef ribeye with mixed mushrooms and vegetables. Some Sancho Daikon Ponzu. Fluffy sponge cake with whipped cream and Amao strawberries. Amao
Yeah, we'll say that.
served in honor of Mr. Hideki Matsuyama.
Seems pretty average.
Yeah, it didn't. Yeah.
Basic.
If I was to add anything to my dinner,
That was so average.
I would add New England clam chowder. And I would also, there was one other thing when you were talking. Oh, shishito peppers.
Mm.
I would add shishito peppers.
It
in there
was
as well.
funny to watch Will read that menu and then pause and chuckle, even though just a second ago he said chili with half sliced peanut butter right next to it. This pizza place that actually closed down, but he's like, that's all right.
Yeah. Oh, that shit's all right. Yeah. That is funny.
That's probably the first ever non-American food they've had at a master's dinner.
Mm.
Shout out
Probably
Japan.
pissed off.
Shout out Japan.
Why would they be pissed off?
You know why? 1942.
Pearl Harbor.
Aren't you Canadian?
Damn.
Hey, speaking of Canada,
Oh,
Didn't we shouted him out with Norman.
oh, you did.
we
Yeah.
did shout him out with Norman.
We shouted him out with Norman. Let's not.
But no, don't worry. He's got 15 things here. Burt Kreischer's Great Outdoors Comedy Festival this week, July 18th, Winnipeg, August 9th, Halifax, August 23rd, Spokane, Washington, and August 24th, Calgary.
Go check out the boy Burt.
Yeah, love the boy Burt. Let's get this episode.
Yeah, let's get into Mark Norman.
You guys are going to love this episode. It's fantastic.
Yeah, he was a great time. A lot of laughs.
A lot of laughs. Also, he just kind of comes out with comments. Like, you'll be having a conversation, and then he'll just have like a one-liner in there.
Yeah.
He's
He's got good energy, too.
He had one about Will Smith that you were laughing, and while you're laughing, like, I don't know if I should laugh at this.
Yeah,
But it was still solid, good enough to laugh at.
Yeah.
Enjoy the episode, boys. Big hugs, tiny kisses. Make sure to subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe. Let's get this episode. We rolling, boys?
Are these cold?
You are rolling, sir.
You want a cold Bud Light?
Oh, I mean, I'll drink a hot one if that's all there is.
Buddy, we got
We
you.
well, just man, we
I would
got.
love a cold.
There's no shortage of Bud Light around.
I got to kill this hangover.
Speaking of Bud Light, Will, is there something you want to tell the nice people?
This interview is brought to us by Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Bud Light is always brewed with 4 simple ingredients for a clean, crisp taste. Stock up now on Bud Light. Head to www.budlight.com/locator to find a store near you. Bud Light is the official beer sponsor of the NFL, the NFL Draft, Tight End U, the UFC, and Shane Gillis' 2025 tour. Peyton Manning, George Kittle, Baker Mayfield, Emmitt Smith, Shane Gillis, Post Malone, Dustin Poirier, and the boys are all partners and ambassadors of the cold Bud Light. Gentlemen, we got Mark. We got
Oh, no.
we got Mark Norman on the podcast.
Hey, good to be here in the bus. I feel like Rosa Parks in here.
You're in the front. You're actually in the middle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
All right. Don't black people tend to like the back?
Yeah, the cool kids in middle school always like the back.
They always went to the back when I was a kid.
Were you a big bus guy going to school growing
I
up?
did it a couple times. I went to public school till like 5th grade, and then it ended.
Then
Thank
you
sir.
had a private school after that?
My parents made me. They're like, you're slacking off. You need some discipline. So they brought me to Catholic school.
How was that?
It sucked, but the Catholic school kids are way more fucked up. The drugs were out of control. The girls were whores and a half. So we had a
How
good time.
long did you go to Catholic, private Catholic school?
Just 4 years. Just did the high school.
Oh, you did it through high school.
Yeah.
Did you have to
those
rock?
those are the core
uniforms?
years of your life, your childhood.
Uniform,
I was
drug
Catholic
test,
school
all
up
that.
until 4th grade.
And then you went to public school after that?
I went to public school after that.
So you guys kind of flipped because you went 5th grade and then
Yeah.
you went to Catholic school.
Yeah, I'm sorry, 8th grade and then
8th grade.
high school. Wait, where are you from?
Missouri.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, Bonter, Missouri. St. Joseph Catholic School.
Did you get diddled?
Did not get diddled.
Come
man.
on, you're a hunk.
You're at some
Cute
point.
guy.
At some point, you gotta take it as an insult.
Yeah.
You see a bunch of other kids walking in there. It's like, yeah, what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
Those
who
priests are
knows?
slacking.
Too much?
Did you-
You know what it was?
that
You're too
too much?
fast. You could run away.
I was quick
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah, you're still quick.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the fat kids, they got fucked.
Isn't it interesting, the public school and the private school dynamic with, like, you were talking about girls being the way they are, the drugs.
Yeah.
Like, I was up in a small town school for my first 3 years of high school, and then I went down to Scottsdale, Arizona, to a different high school.
Wow.
But there was a lot of money there, and so up in Cave Creek, it was like, we're gonna do weed. Everyone just did weed, and every
Yep.
once in a while, a kid would find their mom's oxy,
Sure.
and that was kind of it. But then you get down to like Paradise Valley, all the kids were running pills, all
Oh,
these
yeah.
like harder drugs. It was like crazy how just a 30-minute drive, how
Right.
different everyone's like ideas
yeah,
were.
you get that crunchy weed crew, and then you go down there, and it's just blow and pills.
Yeah.
That's fun. But boy, you must have. I think the hottest women in America are in Arizona.
Yeah.
It is-
'Cause You find them.
it's-
You find them working in a Target.
I
Find 'em working at a
know.
CVS, and you're
It's
just like, yo, what's
crazy.
going on here?
Yeah.
I think it's because it's so hot, so you can't. You gotta be in a bikini all the time.
Can't
so you
hide your
can't
body.
be fat. Yeah.
Yeah, there's not that Midwest where you just kind of like put a couple on for the winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just like,
doughy.
oh, you gotta bundle up. It's gonna get cold outside.
Exactly. You ever go to Buffalo? The women have the Buffalo Bills pajama pants on and a scowl. You know,
Yeah.
they're real bummed out up there.
They're real bummed
Arizona,
out up
it's
there.
like, give me in a pool with a beer, and
Yeah.
it's a good time.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, where'd you grow up? Did you go down to Catholic school? Was it New Orleans?
New Orleans, baby, born and raised.
Did you guys have to rock uniforms?
We did, yeah. It sucked. Tie, the whole thing. Black shoes, gray pants, white button down.
Do you have like a fond outlook on your high school days?
Yeah, I guess I had a couple moments. I banged a prostitute who was 50 when I was like a junior in high school, and I was the king of school for a while.
No shit.
I guess I'm a survivor of assault,
Yeah.
but no one cared.
And a couple of STDs.
Probably.
You got through unscathed.
Yeah, I what do you call it? Wrapped up.
Oh, did
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, she was a
Smart.
prostitute.
You had to play safe.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
50 years old.
Was that
She didn't
something
check
that-
your ID?
Well, she was weathered. She looked like this bus. I mean, she'd seen a few winters.
Was that something the boys kind of talked you into?
No, it was a crazy story. It was New Year's Eve. So the day before the millennium, 2000. So it was 1999. So there was Y2K in the air. There was a buzz.
Yep.
So everybody thought the world was going to end. I'm walking down Bourbon Street with my high school buddies. There's a woman flashing on the balcony. I'm just staring at her. It's pre-internet porn. And she goes, "You want to come up?" And it was just that easy. And she came down. We couldn't get in the hotel. They wouldn't let us in. She came down. She goes, "You kids want to come up and throw some beads?" And I just go, "Fuck it." And I go, "I don't want to go to 2000 a virgin." And she goes, "Well, I won't let you." True story.
No shit.
Yeah. So I went up to her hotel, and her husband was there, or her pimp, or whoever. And he goes, "Which one is it?" And she pointed to me. And he took my two friends on the balcony, and I banged her.
How were you nervous?
I was terrified. I mean,
Yeah,
she's
you're
an
up
old bag.
Yeah.
What were your boys
guys
doing?
pointing
with
at
the
you.
with
You
the
guys
husband?
leave the room. You're sitting there like, fuck, am I going to be able to operate right now?
100%.
I mean, I feel like when you're a junior in high school, you're
Yeah.
There's
Exactly.
not going to be a problem getting that up at all.
Yeah, and I remember she said, "You have a condom," and I pulled a condom from my wallet. It was like from the Reagan era, you know, it was all stretchy and brown. And she opened a drawer, and she had like dildos, vibrators, lube, and so yeah. And then my friends were on the balcony. They just closed the doors and they hung out there.
What did your friends talk about? What they were doing with the husband?
Yeah,
Or
they
the
were
pimp?
just drinking. They had a cooler out there, so they're drinking, throwing beads off the balcony as you do, and 20 seconds later, I said, "Hey, I'm done."
No shit.
Yeah.
And after it was done, she's like, "Okay, that'll be like $150."
No, I think she had a thing for teenagers because she was like, "Give me your number. Let's do this again." Because I don't think the old guy could get it up. That was me, a little skateboarding deviant.
So
Look
a
at the
50-year-old
braces.
woman took that down.
Yes. I barely
is-
had pubes.
And that is wild. New Orleans is a crazy place.
Crazy place. Weird place to grow up because it skews your whole perception of life. And then I moved to New York and I was like, "What's all this?"
Yeah, we went down there for the Super Bowl.
Oh,
Taylor was hyping it up big time.
I'm a big fan of New
We
Orleans.
ate some bad oysters. It was kind of a tough week. A week ago, I'll walk away and I'm just like, what do people love about New Orleans?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
well,
it
that's
was
a
hard.
different time.
I was telling Will before, I was like, hey man, like you're gonna go down there, the culture's so different. Like there's the Cajun, everyone's just kind of like in their own world. It's like a third world country,
Yep.
but you're still in the United States. It's like a lot of fun.
Yeah, you can drink outside. The food's weird.
Everyone's kind of about it. Like everyone it's like a cool, fun time.
Yes.
We get there, we go to Acme Oyster House, and the next day, he's on the toilet, our boy G's on the toilet, then I get put on the toilet.
Yeah.
So like it's one of those weeks where you hype something up to your boys, and then at the end of the week, it's like there's no way I'm ever gonna get them to go back,
Right.
and like make it right again.
Yeah, but I feel like you went during the Super Bowl. That's a different thing. You got to go just a normal Tuesday.
Where do you rank New Orleans as a city now that you've been everywhere?
Well, I mean, it's wildly corrupt, and we got horrible infrastructure, and the Pelicans are gonna fucking shut down. They're so bad. But as a city, it's just great. It's a jewel of the South. I mean, we got the Bourbon Street, we got Mardi Gras, we got Jazz Fest, the food, the gumbo, crawfish. So I put it way up, but not a great comedy town.
Not a great comedy town.
As a high schooler too, like just Mardi Gras coming into town.
Oh, forget about it. We
Boys
got
are
2
juiced.
weeks off of school for Mardi Gras. That's how crazy that city is.
No shit.
2 weeks. So you just go to parades every night and try to get fingered.
Try to get fingered.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Freudian.
Dude, were you like in New Orleans, or you
In
like
the city.
In the city.
I got a crazy. I don't know anything about sports. I'm sorry.
That's
so,
okay.
You didn't play ball growing up?
I mean, I played Little League.
Yeah.
Yeah, and frisbee, skateboarding. But yeah, I grew up in a dilapidated mansion in a black neighborhood, and everyone thought we were rich because we had this mansion, but it was just like a piece of shit house. If you want to look it up, it's the Dufour Baldwin House, 1707 Esplanade Avenue. And we got robbed all the time, and people would break in and be like, you got to get your shit together. Like you guys, this is horrible. Yeah, that was our house. It was like a real fixer-upper. My dad bought it. It goes back and back, and everybody thought we were loaded, but we had no money.
No shit.
Yeah, so we
getting robbed, nothing to take.
Nothing to take. We turned into a bed and breakfast because my dad ran out of income, so he needed more money.
I mean, it looks nice from the outside. I would rob you. If I was in that business, that'd probably be one of the first houses I would stop at.
Half the rooms didn't have electricity. We had running water in like only a certain part of the house. It was crazy.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a bunch of teammates that like were from like Baton Rouge or New Orleans, and like they'd always talk about like the 9th Ward.
Yes.
And the 9th Ward is like the hardest area of New Orleans. Yeah.
Terrifying.
Is it like would you say like the 9th Ward's the number one like most tough spot?
Yes, 100%.
There's like how many wards are there? 13?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
13, 14. Yeah,
I've done my homework on my boys now.
Yeah.
I've done my homework.
It is. That's a tough area, and Katrina. That's where that really got fucked during Katrina. So
really,
yeah, a lot of the poor people who lived in that area moved to like Biloxi or Texas.
And what made you go to New York? So you're in New Orleans.
Yeah.
You just lost your virginity to a 50-year-old right before 2000, right before the world was about to come to an end.
Yeah.
You graduate high school and you just go up north?
Yeah, well, I wanted to be a comedian, and there's no clubs there. People don't care about comedy there. They want to get drunk. They don't want to hear your thoughts on cereal, And so you got to go to New York or LA. So I went to New York.
You wanted to be a comic since when?
I think, in college, I did some open mics just because I had nothing going on. I was a loser. I lived in a house with 5 guys. We'd play beer pong and poker, and we'd try to get laid. And that was my whole life. I failed out of 3 colleges. So eventually I found
3
comedy.
Colleges?
Yeah.
Which 3?
LSU, UNO, and Southeastern.
How do you fail out of LSU?
That's a good school, actually. I mean, I just didn't do any work and didn't go to class. So it wasn't that hard. But I finished online eventually because my parents made me.
And you're just like, I'm just going to take a stab at this comedy game.
Take a stab. I had so little going on, and my parents were like, do something. You're depressing us. You're a disgrace.
You're a disappointment.
Yeah. So I became a janitor in New York and did comedy at night.
A janitor?
Yeah. Great gig, by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, you got headphones in. You're mopping. It's very zen.
Were you ever was like a janitor at a school?
No, like a high rise, like a skyscraper.
Okay.
So you go
there was
from
never
floor
like
to floor.
mathematic equations on the board. You would just see it. Have no
I was doing that
problem
with
fixing.
dick jokes.
Yeah.
On the wall.
You'd see a dick on the wall and be like, how did this dick get here?
Yeah.
Write a little joke about that dick.
Yeah. I wanted a job where you didn't have to think, so you could just think about comedy. I did furniture moving, busboy, shit like that.
So you do a couple open mics and it starts to consume you.
Yes.
You're like, you love it.
Completely. Especially when you have nothing going on. You're like, this is something. I'm getting something out of this. I'm meeting people. I'm getting laughs. Fuck it, I'll go for it. It's kind of a blessing sometimes to have nothing, like to fall, like your back's against the cliff.
Yeah.
So you just got to go for it.
Dude, a janitor.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by that move.
Yeah, I mean, that is, you just try to put money in your pocket
Yeah.
until you're able to make it. We are going to interrupt this episode to bring you Dude Wipes. Shout out Sherm. I think this is the reason why Dude Wipes jumped on with us, is you pooped your pants. Are you fumbling the ball when it comes to getting confident, clean back in your end zone? Make the right play. Call an audible and switch from dry toilet paper to wet, extra large Dude Wipes. Why? Well, it's simple. Wetter just cleans better. Dude Wipes are wet and large, so they're clear and never smear your rear. So when you got to go number 2, to be sure to bring the number 1 product in clean. Dude Wipes, the goat of cleaning your keister. Available on Amazon and at Walmart nationwide. Dude Wipes. Best clean, pants down. Let's get back to the episode.
Yeah.
How long were you a janitor before, like, okay, comedy started to become like a real thing for you?
I jumped around from job to job, but I was a janitor for probably about 2 or 3 years.
Mhm.
And then I started opening for Amy Schumer at the time, and she was like blowing up. So I just got lucky. And then she took me on the road, and I got to quit the janitor job and go for it.
How does the process work about becoming an opener for somebody? Like, do you have to have the relationship, or you have an agent that's like, hey, try this guy out?
Yeah, I was super lucky. All these agents and managers, they don't do shit. You know, other comics are the ones that help you. And I did a set at a comedy club. She happened to be headlining it. She saw me. She was like, hey, that's pretty funny. We got to know each other. And then she said, I'm doing this gig in Long Island. I said, great. We hit it off. And there you go.
What was it like working with Amy? I feel like she gets some weird hate at times.
She does, yeah. Well, this is before everything was weird. Everything's like political now and divisive and this and that. It was before all that shit. You just had fun and told jokes and got laughs. And she was awesome. She was super helpful. And I watched her blow up. I watched her go from like clubs to theaters to arenas.
Yeah. And becoming a mom.
Yeah, all that shit. Movies.
Yeah, she did do the movie thing too. That is wild. Now, how long did you open for her?
A while. I'd say like 6 years or
So
something.
you started going to theaters with her.
Yeah, and I was a green open micer, so that was all new to me too. So I had to learn how to do that shit as well.
What is it like? What's the difference for you when you're working a small room, like a small little comedy club, compared to a theater? Like, is it much more intimate when you're in the small club?
Yeah, I'd say a small club is like a fist fight, like a bar fight, and a theater is like a sanctioned boxing match. You know, we got like rules and regulations, and there's money involved. But a comedy club, it's like a knife fight. You're just trying to survive. These drunks are yelling at you. And
Didn't you have recently somebody like come on stage?
yeah, well, that was a hoax.
Was it really?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I feel guilty about it, but some guy was like, I want to go viral. And I was like, I'm not the guy, because he's like, comedy's blowing up. I want to go viral. And I said, I'm not the guy. And he goes, I'll give you this much money. And I said, I'm in.
No shit.
He set the whole thing up, and it worked. It went
Yeah,
viral.
because it did go crazy for a minute. And so this is all planned out gig. You were never nervous at all.
No. I was like, I didn't know what was going to happen. He just said something crazy is going to happen. Just play off of it. That's all I knew. And then this guy walks on stage. And the brilliance of it was we left it to the unknown. Like nothing was explained. So then the internet starts trying to figure it out. Then it turns into some fucking JFK thing where like this happened and that happened.
Right. There's multiple shooters. The CIA was in on it.
Yeah, exactly.
That is fucking, yeah. How much did he pay you?
It was a hefty sum.
Really?
Yeah.
That's enough for you to compromise your morals.
Yes,
Enough for
completely.
you to say, hey, I'll go the opposite direction of what I want.
And I got some hate. I got a lot of hate on the internet. Like, oh, I was a fan of yours. Now you're selling out for money. You fucking hack and all that. But it blows over.
Yeah, it seems like
it blows
just
over.
trying to get a nice little laugh, leave it up for mystery.
Yeah.
I saw it. I'm like, oh shit, like this seems like a real thing that's going down.
Yeah.
That's happening.
Yeah, they nailed it.
Have you ever had guys that come up and kind of interrupt your set and it gets a little...
All the time. No one respects comedy. Like, no one's walking on stage at fucking Glengarry Glen Ross, you know? So, like, people come up there, people throw bottles at you, especially in the early days, because you're a nobody. And
Yeah.
I get it. Like, some guy works at a mill. He comes out to the Funny Bone in Toledo, and you're not killing. And he's like, I paid for this? I paid for some dweeb to talk on stage while drinking a beer? And I'm not laughing. Fuck this guy.
Yeah, but the process of like throwing a bottle, you're making it sound like it's a scene from the Blues Brothers and they play like the old Western saloon.
Yeah.
It's like, at what point do you just go, oh, this is not a good show, this is not for me, and just walk away instead of throwing bottles at people?
And making
That's true.
and making the comic, like, I'm sure they just feel shitty that you
Of
have
course.
such a strong
Right.
opinion. It's like, then you kind of can't get in your creative anymore. You're just like, fuck, I kind of feel like I feel guilty. I feel like a loser right now because
Yes.
this guy's so fucking mad at me.
Yeah, and if you're not
100%.
laughing, the comic knows you're not laughing and no one's laughing. You think he's up there by himself with a microphone. He's got to be up there for 20 more minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's
That's-
the Will Smith thing. It's like with Chris Rock. Like every comic knew what that felt like.
Yeah. Did you see Will Smith's song he just dropped?
I heard. I haven't seen
He just put up a video of like it's basically a video of him playing a bunch of different characters in a barbershop talking shit about Will Smith. But it's like a whole rap. It's actually kind of solid.
Oh, really?
It's kind of solid.
Oh,
It's
well.
creative is what it is.
He needs a win.
He needs a win right now. He's in a bad spot.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of, ever since that Chris Rock thing, like what's he been doing?
He did one movie that flopped. It was like a slave movie, which is weird because he's used to getting backlash. But sorry, that was right there. But yeah, that flopped, and then after that, I mean, it's one of those things that just change your whole trajectory. It's like Alec Baldwin shooting a lady. You know, your
Yeah.
life is one way, and then one day later, it's completely different.
Yeah, I can't understand the way
Emancipation.
what went through his head to make that decision.
I
Everything's
know.
going your way. You win an Academy Award, you win an Oscar, right? It was Oscar. He wins some sort of massive
Yes,
award
he
that
did.
night,
He did.
and so you know he's on the top of the world still. He's been doing it for decades.
Yeah.
And Chris Rock makes a G.I. Jane joke, and
I mean-
he's come out massively on top from that.
Yes, he's cleaning
When you
up.
take it
and-
to the chin, it's like the internet's being like, is this staged?
Right.
Like, was
I
this,
thought
like-
it was.
Did they
'Cause
crush
even
this?
Yeah.
his slap like seemed so like mechanical.
Yes.
It did seem fake to me.
It was like a medieval thing, like a,
Yeah.
how dare you with a glove.
Like he's been acting his whole life. He doesn't know how a real slap should even look.
Yeah. And Chris Rock, I mean, I would have been like, what the fuck? Jesus Christ. He was just like, okay. That was weird.
Yeah. We're at the Oscars right now.
I
Gotta
mean,
get it together.
even that stance right there, it looks like that's choreographed.
It totally does.
like
You're
this
right.
it's like perfectly done. Yeah, Chris Rock handled that like a gangster. You wouldn't do that, you think?
No, I
You'd
mean, I would
swing, you think?
well, I don't know. First of all,
He might be on the ground.
yeah, that's
Mark
true.
might be out.
That's true. I might be out, and I might milk it too. I might go full flagrant, just be like, ah.
Come out the next day. You got a neck brace on.
Yeah. Black guy,
suing
the
your
whole
ass.
thing going. Dude, that is, what is that? What are we looking at there, Sherm?
Oh, people, that's got to be AI.
They're
here
saying
we
it
go.
might be a
Yeah.
patch. May have been faked.
I could see it being
Interesting.
fake still.
Interesting.
For this
That could be
moment.
Photoshopped though.
It could be Photoshop.
With AI these days, you never know what's going to happen.
New headline: Chris Rock does blackface.
Yeah. Have you ever been in a fight yourself?
Oh yeah. I don't know if I've ever won one, but I've been beat up a few times.
Yeah. Was it? Were you the antagonist?
No, never. But I got knocked out once, and I pissed myself. That's how bad the knockout was.
No shit. Broad
Yeah.
daylight?
No, it was at night. It was at a Mardi Gras parade. I was in college, and I was with a
Fucking New
bunch
Orleans,
of dudes. Yeah, it was a crazy time. This kid, one of the things, they throw beads and doubloons and all that and cups. But if you catch a spear, that was like the ultimate get at a Mardi Gras parade. So one kid had a spear, and these fucking tough guys, these other kids, were like, "Hey, give us a spear." And we stepped in. We're like, "Give the kid the spear." He caught the spear, let him have it. But they wanted the spear, so now they start shit with us. Like, you got a problem? And, we're not tough guys. We're like, wait, you fucking with a kid. What are you doing? And then before I knew it, like out of a movie, one of the guys pushed me, and he had a friend on the knees behind me. So I rolled over.
Oh, you got bridged.
I got bridged, which I didn't know people actually did that. So I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? And I screamed like a girl, and then they start just wailing on me. And, yeah, it was crazy. And we all got beat up pretty bad. And then
I was
it
gonna say,
ended.
where's all the boys at? Like, it seemed like they just kind of identified you. Like, let's whoop this dude's ass.
Yeah. Well, I think I was chirping a little bit.
Yeah.
And we all got stomped out. I remember being on the floor on the cement, and I could see my friend getting like a Doc Martin on his face. And but we were okay. And then it ended. The cops came. They ran away. And then we were on a front lawn like 20 minutes later. Like, that was crazy, huh? And one lady yells, they're coming back, or like one of my friend's girlfriends, and a guy got a running start and hit me in the temple, and I saw white, and I hit the dirt, and then I pissed myself, but I woke up to all my friends fist fighting above me. It was crazy.
Yeah, no shit. Some lady just yelling, "They're coming back."
Yeah, I had a big egg on my head too.
And now when you wake up, and you see your friends fighting, what's the first thing that goes through your head? My pants are wet, or oh my God, look at this.
It was just, I was woozy, pants are wet, and my girlfriend was like super turned off. Yeah. She was like, look at this. This is the guy I'm with.
God.
He's covered in piss and he's on the floor.
Yeah.
When you're sitting on the lawn, are the cops there?
Well, the cops had gone at this point.
Okay,
So they were
okay.
just fighting, and then eventually
You guys
it
are just kind of
ended.
being like, how crazy was that? And then old buddy comes out of nowhere and just wrecks you.
Clocked me, yeah.
You must have said something bad.
I guess so. I don't know. Maybe the N-word. I can't remember. But, yeah. One of the guys was pretty fat, so I went out on that.
Yeah, after the low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Taking them out.
Yeah, that's all you know back then.
You're in town. You were doing Kill Tony?
No, I did the Ryman last night.
Did the Ryman last night?
Unbelievable. One of these guys was there. Yeah, they were there.
Yeah.
And that's a hot room. What a crowd. What a show. And, yeah, it's Kill Tony tonight.
Kill Tony tonight.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You guys were at Bob's house last night, Kid Rock's house.
Yeah, he wouldn't let us leave. We were there till 4 a.m. He kept being like, "Drink more, hang out, I'll blow you." It's pretty wild. I mean, you just pull up to that White House, and it's just there's a Statue of Liberty. There's the crazy view. Have you guys been there?
No,
Oh,
I have
dude,
not been
it's
there.
unreal. It's crazy. He's got a full size live giraffe stuffed, not live, but a real giraffe.
Yeah, a
And-
life-size giraffe.
Yes, and it's huge, and like the fridge is stocked, and there's crazy photos of him with Trump, and there's a big grand piano, there's a bunch of like deer heads everywhere. There it is. It's unreal. He
That
calls it the
is-
Southern White House.
The Southern White House.
There was some slaves there, I'm sure. Somewhere in the back.
And he's got a Statue of Liberty too?
Yeah, yeah.
So did he just like, when you guys get there, first, how did you get the invite? He
I was
just
with Tony. So
and Tony's
Tony,
like, we're going.
yeah. And Tony wouldn't tell me. He's like, I got a surprise. So I thought we were going to a strip club. Then we show up at fucking Bob's house.
I got a surprise.
Oh, I'm glad you still made it.
Yeah,
Staying
yeah.
up till 4 a.m.
I mean,
at this
yeah,
age
I
is
would have
kind
said
of.
no.
It wasn't easy. And then I had to get up and do Theo earlier. And that was a little wonky.
God,
With
Theo's
Theo?
busy.
Well, you know how Theo is. He's like, my dad's made out of wood. You know, you're like, oh, shit. How do I keep up with this? I'm hungover.
My dad's made out of wood.
His brain does operate in a crazy way.
Brilliant guy, so quick, so funny. I've known the guy for, he's a Louisiana guy as well. So I watched him do open mics and shit back in the day.
Yeah, he is a very interesting human. It's crazy he did was it Road Rules?
Yeah.
Real world road rules.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just go from the reality game to that, and you kind of see it in the Road Rules too. Like he kind of had that personality.
Yes.
But he's honed himself in a nice, fine tool. He's massive now. His show's huge.
Huge. I mean,
I
this
feel like
guy.
it's transitioned a little bit, and though I know I'm just saying this name, but the Rogan world where he's sitting down with all these different people, not just
Yeah.
comedians anymore.
I mean, Trump, JD Vance, Bernie Sanders,
Yeah.
Dana White, Timothy Chalamet. Like,
Yeah.
he's in
Love
the
Timothy
mix.
Chalamet. God,
What's that?
I love Timothy Chalamet.
He's a good actor, and he's banging the hell out of Kylie. Yeah. Kylie Jenner? Yeah.
Which is a
banging that.
crazy twist.
Yeah, I know.
That's a wild twist for him to be with her. But I saw him on College Game Day, and I just thought the way he operated from like understanding sports, and he sounded like he was an analyst. I'm like, this guy really truly takes everything
I
he
saw
does
that.
so serious.
I saw that. That was because you think of him as like a little twink.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that guy, he's
Yeah.
like a real dude.
And
Yeah,
it
he's a dude's dude.
He was somewhere too with Kylie. I don't know if it was like a tennis match or something where she's like in his ear and everybody's talking like this guy's all ball. He's a ball guy because she's like trying to whisper, give him a kiss, and he's like focusing on the game.
No
Yeah.
shit.
Seems like he's about sports.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Imagine that broad is feeling you up, and you're like, "Hang on, whore, I'm trying to watch the ball game here." And she was banging Tyga, or what was the guy's name?
I know.
The rapper.
I mean, the confidence for Timothy to walk into that inventory.
Yeah.
yeah.
Look around and be like, okay, this is where these guys have been before. He's got to have a piece.
Oh, he's got to. He's tall, skinny guy. Those guys are always
Yeah.
hanging.
I mean, you come at that.
yeah, Jesus Christ.
I
That's
mean, that is an
terrifying.
Like there's an
Impressive.
expectation in the bedroom that you might not be able to live up to.
Yeah. I feel like there's like that conversation before you open the door. Be like, listen, I understand what's happened in the past. I don't want you to know I'm a giver. I'm a lover.
Yes.
And I will say I'm very excited right now, but again, 20 seconds, it's probably going to be all I
Let's
have.
get the first one out of the
Yeah.
way. Let's get the
Right.
jitters out of the way. Get that first hit done.
Happens, you just whisper, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'll do better next time.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
But he
Listen.
really gentrified that vagina, so good for him. I'm sure he's doing a lot of oral. You know, we've all
A lot
been
of
there.
pregame.
Yeah.
Warm up.
Exactly.
15-15-30 technique. That
But
is-
you're a 7'18" guy. You got to be slinging a torpedo
We've
bat.
all- no.
Hey, he's got a solid little,
It's
Come on.
gotten better since I've lost weight because I've lost 60 pounds. So I don't know if I can just see it more
Right.
or I just like now I'm like, okay.
All
There's
right.
not as much of that foop
Sure,
holding me back.
Yeah, the fupa.
Yeah, but I was an offensive lineman, and I think offensive lineman, if you're looking at the chart of pieces, we're down here.
Of course.
We
of
hang
course.
down here. We're that little bird nest.
Right.
It just kind of sits right on top of the balls. That's kind of our game plan.
I get it. I'm a turtle in a bush over here.
I mean, that's what we look at. You can see there's not even a dent there.
Yeah. Well, you got some cup on, I assume.
Nope, no cup.
Ah,
I
shit.
know, and I
Sorry.
hated that you even said the cup thing.
Damn it. But
You
what,
got
what
a
a
cup
hunk.
on, I assume.
What we got going here, Sherman? What are we
I
doing?
think it's a labia.
That's probably it right there. That's it.
All right, that's
There's the
something.
sack right there.
But you're also in game mode. You got the
Yeah.
adrenaline pumping. Your
Yeah.
dick goes in with a
Yeah.
fight.
I've had that happen. I've had that happen. You
He's
kind of
not
do have to
wrong.
do the adjust.
Yes.
Anytime
yes.
you come out of practice or a game, it is pretty hidden.
Yeah.
You
Well, it's
you're wearing the
flowing
tight,
everywhere
yeah,
else.
you're wearing the compression shorts.
Yeah, the compression shorts do definitely play an interesting game with you.
What do you do in the locker room? It's got to be just meat hammers hanging all day
Everywhere.
long.
There
and you
are
guys,
a few for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be so intimidated.
Yeah.
There's a couple. You just learn to appreciate it. You see it in the locker room and you're like, well, okay, that's beautiful. It's one of those things.
Yeah. I've talked about it on the pod before, but one of my nicknames in Washington was Scrimp.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
So those are always like tough battles and vulnerabilities to go through. I know.
Yeah.
But you learn to love yourself.
There you go.
Yeah.
And that hammer could really ruin a lady. So
Now that's an illusion. Those pants, those are dark pants.
Yeah.
Dark pants are taken away from Compton.
It's
right
slimming.
there.
Sherman, I don't know why you keep just zooming in.
Yeah,
what's-
right.
Sherman's in heaven right now.
He's hard.
Sherman's
Yeah.
first.
Look at him.
Sherman had crafted some fun questions for you, and I think the first one was like, who's somebody you walk into a room with, or when you walk into a room, who's somebody where you go, oh fuck.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that reaction right there.
That kind of hard hitting question.
Yeah.
I'm sure Theo had similar ones.
Yeah, Bin Laden. Like, holy shit, thought you died. I met Larry David about a couple of weeks ago, and he's like a huge hero of mine. And I couldn't think of anything. I was off. I was frazzled. And he's also a tough dude. Like, he doesn't give you anything. He's very cynical.
Yeah.
You know, so that was scary. But glad to meet him.
Who are some other guys that you've been like starstruck around now that you've kind of leveled up in the comic game?
Well, the weird thing about comedy is like Nate Bargatze, world famous, does arenas, huge name. He's just a normal guy. He's like a sober, God-fearing family man.
Yeah.
And that's the cool. Like, I've met Seinfeld. We hung out, and he's just like a dude from Long Island who likes baseball and cars. That's the cool thing about comics. But you meet an actor, you know, and they're usually like, you meet Daniel Day-Lewis. I mean, that guy's the worst hang on the planet. You know, he's so meta and
Yeah.
into it. You're like, shut up. You know? But comics are
Disconnected
pretty
from
down to earth.
reality.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, comics seem like guys.
Yeah, that's us. We went out to breakfast one day, and that was rock hard.
Now, it was a good experience with Seinfeld?
Great. He's the coolest. He's a
Yeah.
nice guy.
Because
Funny
you
guy.
hear a
I feel
couple
like
of
he gets
things.
a lot of
he
hate,
gets a
too.
lot of hate.
He does get a lot of hate. Well, there's
Yeah.
some Israel shit going on, but yeah, he can be cutting because he's seen it all. He's so world famous, and I think people yell shit at him or they shit on his show or whatever. So he's always ready with a zinger.
Yeah.
He's
So I
always
think-
got one in the holster.
Yeah. So people are
Because
like,
he'll kind
he's a
of get
dick.
some, like he's a dick. He's like an asshole, stuff like that.
Yeah. Heard the same thing about Dane Cook. Have you had a run in with Dane Cook?
I met him once, and I had to go on earlier than him at a show. We were at the Comedy Store, and I was like, I gotta go on next. I got another spot, and then he was pissed, so I like kissed the ring. You know, I was like, I'm a huge, you're a huge influence on me. I'm a huge fan. You're the man. He was like, all right, we're
He was
good.
pissed about you going on earlier.
Yeah, because I had to run out. I had somewhere to be, and he didn't. And so I was like, do you mind if I go on earlier? And in comedy, that's kind of it's like an alpha move almost. But I didn't mean it to be an alpha move.
Why is it seen as like an alpha move to like go on sooner? Like they see it as you're trying to get out of the conversation with them, or they
No,
hang?
well, we all have our time slot. You get your time. You're going third. You're going fourth. So if you come in there and go, I'm going when I want to go. I'm big timing everybody.
Gotcha.
I'm going on before you or whenever. People see that as like oh shit, you trying to big time me? But I just needed it for the time. It wasn't like I wasn't trying to do anything. I just had to go.
Yeah.
feel
Have you
there's a
came
lot of
across
unwritten
guys who
rules.
come in and they kind of big time?
Oh yeah, oh for sure. I mean, Chappelle walks in and the whole show is his. You know, you just take the night off.
Is there like a framework too where you're sitting there and Chappelle comes in? It's like Chappelle let him do whatever he wants.
Totally, and I'm very like what's the word reverent. You know, I'm like, hey, you're Chappelle. I'm nobody. You go on, and hopefully, if I ever blow up, I can do that to some fucking nerd. You know, that's how it goes. The hierarchy. Like if you meet, Peyton Manning or Troy, Troy Aikman or one of these, Bob L. Elway.
Bob Elway.
Bob
Elway.
Elway. John
Yep.
Elway. You know, you got to go, oh, geez, you got to, you got to be.
Got to kiss the
You gotta
ring.
bow down a little bit.
You got to bow down. These
Yeah.
are legends.
This episode is brought to you by Neutral Vodka Seltzer. Have you tried Neutral? If not, you are missing out because Neutral is so much better than any other seltzer that the boys have drank. It is made with real vodka and real juice. That's what makes it delicious. It comes in a variety of flavors like pineapple and watermelon, a couple of my favorites. They also have new flavors, lime and strawberry. And Neutral is the perfect drink to bring when hanging out with friends because it is a crowd pleaser, boys. Whether you're watching the Masters this weekend, grilling on the back deck, or having a low-key weekend with your favorite people, Neutral is the drink you want in your hand. Neutral. Keep it tasty. What's
Yeah, I
the
get
family
that.
dynamic with you and your wife, both being comics?
Well, the kid, we just had a kid, and I know you just had.
Congratulations,
had one
man.
as well.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes. Appreciate it. It's not mine. But no. We had a kid, and it's really like hunkered us down. Like we're a team now, and we're working on this kid and trying not to get him on fentanyl and all that. So yeah, it's helped, but she's kind of had to take a back seat because she's all mom mode.
Yeah.
Is that hard? I'm assuming that's like hard for knowing that she's somebody who gets on the mic too, and you have to kind of sacrifice yourself and your identities to kind of be a nurturing mother.
100%. But as you know, you got the kid. Women just go into they go into the zone with a kid. It's just the instincts kick in. They go full maternal. So she's not. She would like to have a life, but the kid is obviously.
Isn't it crazy to see and admire with your partner too, like when they become a mom and just seeing them take on this role?
I love it. It's
because you sit back and you're like, fuck, I got to catch this flight and go here. And you kind of have this guilt cloud of being out and you do something that's fun too. So you know how it can come off, but you're like, I have to leave for something work. And then you back there with
you come
them.
home and you talk about man, that was a long trip or whatever,
Yeah.
but really just been hanging out with your boys for 3 days. And it's like, did I really work? Yes. But was I having a good time? It's like, yeah, the cloud thing is a big deal.
You have to fake it. Like, oh, that was a tough one. That flight was
God, you should have
horrible.
seen it.
His wife being a comic too, stop bullshit.
Yeah.
I know it went great.
But I just show her the check. That's what I do. When I get in the house, I go, here you go. Don't be too mad. This is paying the mortgage. We got to buy formula, bitch.
When my wife first got pregnant, we have 2 kids now, 7 and a 4-year-old. But when she got pregnant with our first one, it was like a total surprise.
Whoa!
And she was she just filmed the documentary in South America for all these animals and stuff like that. She had this trajectory of what she wanted to do from a career standpoint.
Yeah.
And then she gets pregnant. She's like, I don't know if I'm ready to be a mom. She's obviously still gonna have the kid. She ends up having the kid, and from that day, she's been full mom, totally 100% bought in. So the maternal thing is crazy.
It's
how
real.
It just, turns on. I feel like it takes a little bit longer. That's sweet tailing right there.
Oh, that's great.
I feel like it is. It's a harder for the dads at first.
Yes.
When their kids are first born, because
easy.
well, they take they have 9 months of being in the womb.
A little harder for us.
Yeah. No. I'm saying from I guess a connection standpoint.
Yes.
Because the moms are holding it for 9 months. They feel it. Oh, the baby's kicking. I feel that. And then they have the baby. And it's like a piece of them is obviously just came out of them.
Right.
And you're still living.
Yeah.
And you go and you're with them and you help them as much as you can, but then you have to go to when I was playing football, or we have to go do something for the bus. And then you come back and it's okay, now I have to work on this relationship. And then once they start showing emotion, I remember telling you this, right around that 6-month mark, you walk into a room and they smile at you. And that's when it hits you and you're like, God damn.
The best.
Yeah. It is.
How old is yours?
2.5 months. So it's just still warm.
You're still building the foundation. Hey, how are you? How was your day? Why aren't you talking?
Right. It just started smiling, which I was about to throw it in the garbage compactor.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I'm bonding with this kid.
Right.
And this is me trying to. You're stuck at home for 12 hours. You're like, I got to work out a little bit.
Hit some squats with that baby.
Get squats in.
Holding the head. You got the technique down and everything.
Oh yeah, that's a hospital issue beanie right there.
No doubt.
Dude, I haven't watched this special yet, but Shoals, he just dropped one where he dives into all the family life stuff and having the kid, and I guess gets vulnerable and talking about these jokes. I'm excited to watch it, just knowing that you have experiences as a father. I feel like watching even Nate Bargatze talk
100%.
about his just lifestyle, his dynamic with his wife and kids, and just being a family guy. I feel like those comedy sets kind of resonate more since you're going through it.
You hear Bert talk about it. Bert's like, my kids are out of the house now. I don't even know what I'm going to make jokes about. My whole life has been about making jokes about my 2 kids.
Right.
You know?
Shout out his special Lucky. Go watch Bert Kreischer's Lucky
Boom.
special.
Check it
out
off
on
the
Netflix
box
now.
Check
There
it
you
off.
go.
We lost a bet in New Orleans.
What happened?
Well, he was we did his Something's Burning. Is that what it is? Something's Burning.
Yep.
We did that, and he's like, I benched 300 pounds. We're like, oh yeah. He's like, I got a video. Do you want to see? And he showed us, and he goes up, and it starts to come down, and his trainer grabs it, and he's like, pretty cool, huh? I was like, you didn't get 300. That was not 300.
Yeah.
So it was like 2 months before the Super Bowl. It started at 315. Then we're like, all right, 320 by Super Bowl. If you get that, we'll promote whatever you want us to promote for the rest of the year. If not, every 2 bears, you have to shout out Bussin' With The Boys. Essentially.
That's great.
Boys.
Great bet.
Great bet. But I thought there's not a chance in hell we lose that bet.
Yeah.
He knocked out 320 and then did 325.
Holy well, he's on the tee.
He's on the tee with a dash of something else. He's got a whole bunch. He's got a cocktail going on.
Right.
Because it is he's not only beat red, but he was like with ease.
Yeah.
He got it up with ease.
Yeah. He's a beast. I mean, for how much he drinks, we've gone on ski trips. The guy can ski, then he can snowboard. He can run really fast. He's a great swimmer. The guy's an athlete. You see him swing a baseball bat. I mean, he is
he played college baseball, right?
Yeah. So, if RFK saw what he ate, he'd kill himself. But he still pulls it out. I mean, the guy, he's got that Mickey Mantle gene.
Yeah. Where you can kind of do everything a little bit.
Yeah, and drink like a fucking animal.
You a skier? Can you ski? Get on the snowboard?
I'm a snowboard because I skateboarded, so I wanted to stay on a board.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love it. Ari and all of us would go out, and Bert and Shane went one year. We'd all get a cabin in Denver and just ski it up and drink every night and make meals drunk and watch movies. It was great.
God.
Does Sam ever mix it up with you guys on the competitive side?
Well, these Jews, they don't really get out much, you know. He's watching the Knicks and drinking a black coffee and reading the Post.
The Knicks.
He's into the sports world. Yeah,
he's getting me in. We just went to a game last week, so yeah, it's fun. What
sport do you find yourself kind of gravitating towards since you weren't like a sports guy growing up?
I'm 100% UFC.
Okay.
That's one of the only ones that I can really... I like sports. I can get into a game, but I don't follow it. You know, they're like, they traded Buhner. I'm like, I don't know. But UFC, I'm all over. I love UFC.
What's your thought on Michael Chandler, Paddy Pimblett coming up?
Oh, that's exciting because they're so different. Chandler's like a little tank, you know?
Yeah.
And he's tough as nails.
Have you ever been around Mike before?
No.
He is truly built like a pit bull. Like,
really?
He is just a dense... You like grab him and you're like, he's just built with something a little extra in his arms.
And he's what, 5... I don't know what centimeters are.
I mean, why do they do the height in centimeters?
I know.
Like, what are we doing?
What are we, British?
Yeah, let's get away from that immediately.
Yes.
I also can't get down with kilograms either.
Same.
Like, they put me on the LBs.
There
always.
we go.
Don't confuse the Americans.
Yeah, but he's a different human being. Like Paddy, he was a barstool guy for a minute. He was like, I don't know if Mike's 5'9", by the way. He's probably like in that 5'7", 5'8" category.
I would agree.
But
5'9" is very favorable.
They're both like dynamic fighters, and so I don't know if you had an opinion because that's coming up next weekend, right?
Oh, I can't wait.
Is it coming up like
I think it's next weekend. Yeah, it's going down.
That's the
12th. This show comes out on Tuesday, so it'll be just a couple of days away.
You see, Pereira got down.
Yeah,
that I never thought I'd see him go down.
We were at that fight.
Whoa!
And it was like it just kind of felt like he wasn't into it.
Really?
I don't know what it was because I was at the Pereira, the one where he knocked Buddy out, that Russian Croatian guy, whatever he is. He hit him in the end of the first round, and then 4 seconds into the second round, head kick, and knocked him out cold.
Yep.
His walkout, he was like all timed up. This one just felt different.
Interesting.
It didn't feel like he was like. He looked like he was afraid of getting taken down. Now, I don't know the first thing about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or UFC, like the techniques of those things, but he just didn't seem like his heart was in it.
Well, you guys know, as athletes, you have an off night. You know, sometimes as a comic, you have an off night. You can't get there. You're not feeling it. Something's wrong.
It's such an interesting world with the UFC though, having an off night, because with football, of all the main sports, you only have 17 games.
Yeah.
But if you fuck up one week, it's like next week, I'm solely focused on fixing these issues from that week and having a better week.
Yes.
When you lose in UFC, it's
such a team game too.
Such a team game. So there's so many different variables. When it comes to the UFC, like you're in there 3 times a year,
right?
If you're putting the gas on the floor.
But there's so much buildup, you know. Like you're probably puking and training, and that's just at one shot. You get one fight.
I know.
Do you have a process going into comedy?
I've found
when you're feeling off, like what are you doing to try and get in the mode?
That's a good question. I still haven't cracked that code yet. But to me, the less you think about it, the better. That to me is the key. I used to be like, let me prepare, let me think of some topical shit to be ready with and all that. And now I just, like the Ryman last night, I just cleared the brain and went right in. And I just started riffing on Morgan Wallen. I was like, I'm going to say the N-word. That's just God's country. And then I was talking about how Nashville is like it's sceney now. It's like if Texas raped L.A. And I was just going off. And it was just coming off the dome. But I think if I had prepared, because you prepare it and you kind of plan it out in your head. And when it doesn't go exactly right, you start to panic. And then that throws off your whole set, I think. So it's better just riff.
When you're not hitting, like what's going on in your mind?
Oh, you just frazzled, man. It sucks. You get that fight or flight, and you have to. Party just wants to go. Hang on, guys. Let me start over. But you can't do that, obviously. So you got to just like. One thing to do is lean in. Like if you're scared of bombing, just go up and bomb the first joke, and then you'll be like, all right, that sucked, but now I shook it off.
Right, like if this is the worst part, I'm good with it.
Exactly. Sometimes the best thing you can do is the worst thing to do.
Yeah.
The thing you're scared of, just do that immediately, and then you'll clear out.
Like working on sets, like you do Kill Tony.
Yep.
You've been a part of roasts.
Yep.
Like what are the styles of comedy that you enjoy the most? Like outside of you're crafting a set on your own for like a special.
Well, to me, doing an hour is that's the coolest thing. Watching a guy do a full hour and building that over years. But I like a guy like Bill Burr he's funny on Kimmel, he's funny on stage, he's funny on his own pod. You want to be that well-rounded. Shane is like that, like these guys who can just be funny everywhere on a podcast, whatever. And I just always wanted to be that guy. So you gotta put the work in.
Dude, how like impromptus, all the Kill Tony stuff,
all
the Kill
impromptu.
Tony stuff,
because you don't know who's coming up.
It seems like so much fun just being at those events.
It's the best.
As a guy sitting on the table, you don't know who's coming up next?
No, they just pull shit out of a bucket. So you get some like fucking handicap guy, and you just gotta make it work.
And he'll pull he'll pull stuff out of a hat, and those people come up and do a minute.
1 minute, yeah.
Yeah, the sound of the cat.
And then they rip their minute. You guys roast them.
Yep.
You talk about how they can tighten it up.
Yep. And what they look like. I mean, we go all in. And they signed up for it, so no one gets offended. It's all fun and games.
God, how terrified would you be? If
I would be pretty terrified of that.
And imagine the arena. These kids are doing an arena tonight.
Yeah.
So that must be, I'd be shitting my pants.
60 seconds to make it work. And then this is like a massive break for them.
Of course.
Because I feel
in
like
front of all these big time comics too.
One of the wins for a lot of comics, I feel like, because I have no idea, is when you're starting out, no one knows who you are. So you don't have a fan base to sit back and like be like, oh, you're funny, you're not funny.
Yes.
Like you get to grow over time with everybody.
Yes.
These people are coming to see funny, and you have 60 seconds to prove that you are that.
Oh yeah, and if you're not, you will get lambasted in front of 20,000 people and on the internet.
Have you been on Kill Tony with a man named Uncle Laser yet?
I've heard the name, but I don't think I've
He's
had him.
He's an Austin mainstay. He was a part of Beer Olympics a couple years ago.
Oh, Mullet?
Yeah,
I have seen this guy.
He talks
Cowboy
about women's
boots on.
butt flaps.
Yeah. I've seen him, but I haven't. I just saw him online.
We were in Austin. We did a live show in Austin. I don't know how. He had a couple of funny like reels on Instagram, and for whatever reason, him and I started talking. So he came up during our live show, and our fans were even like, "Get the fuck off the stage!
Oh,
we did not
shit.
come to see you, and we're not funny." Like we just sit up there like, "Hey, so this is the podcast. We're gonna do the podcast now."
Yeah.
And he comes up, and starts doing bits. Everyone's like, "Get the fuck off the stage!" And he's like, yeah, whatever."
Partied hard with him that night.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
we got after it with him that night. But he's been on Kill Tony. I thought he did pretty solid.
Yeah, he's got a fan base. I think people really like him.
He's got a nice fan base. He paints his toenails. Didn't know how I felt about that when we found that out
I
at Beer
didn't see that
Olympics.
coming. That's a new day.
Have you seen Beer Olympics?
I've seen it. Yeah, I don't know if I could hang.
Any
I'm a
interest?
liquor guy. I mean, I have a gluten allergy, which might be the gayest thing that's ever been said in this bus. I grew up drinking beer all the time, and then when I hit 35, I would just get gas, diarrhea, shit water. So I think I have a gluten allergy that I haven't diagnosed, but that's what I'm guessing it is.
So
And-
that beer you're holding in your hand right now.
Well, I can do one or two, but if I do more than that, I'm fucked. Like
Really?
I get a distended belly, I get like a little woozy and mouth feel weird, dry mouth.
Safe to say he's out of Beer Olympics.
Sorry. If you do liquor Olympics, I'll blow you.
You'll be there.
Yeah.
You'll be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, dial that in.
Like I don't know how Gillis does it with those
He's
Bud Lights.
a tank the way he puts him down.
He is, and
Over and over again.
that's me and him sell a hooch. That's our rye.
That's your guys right there, the bodega
That's
cat.
us. Yeah, we sell that. It's in all the comedy clubs now. It's getting some
Really?
theaters. Yeah.
Where can people get it? Shout it out, dude.
It's online right now. Tennessee is so fucking Bible belty. You guys have crazy red tape, so we're having trouble getting it in here. But it's all over the country, and you can get it online. Bodega Cat
And when
Give
you
it a
say
Goon.
when you say get it in here, like in the clubs and
in the state.
like ordering it into the state, or just like being able to sell it inside.
Yeah, there's a
of
lot
the
of
state?
weird
Sell it
liquor
at the
rules.
bar.
Because I know when we were doing the
Whistle
whistle
pig.
pig, the tough part of it was you could buy it online, but in certain states, Tennessee being one of them, Tennessee, Missouri, like our big states,
There you go.
people couldn't like order it online and get it shipped to them
Exactly.
in the state.
What made you guys want to start a rye?
Well, all these comics kept getting sober. Like when I started comedy, it was like degenerates. It was like cokeheads and pedophiles. And comedy kind of got like softer, and everybody got sober and started doing like wellness and yoga. And so we were like, "Fuck it, we're like the last couple guys who still party hard and drink. So let's start a liquor." And,
Nice.
Love it.
Yeah. And, Kevin Hart has one, and Ryan Reynolds. So it just seemed like people were doing it, and I was like, "Why not us?"
Yeah. Did you guys like go and like do tastings and like figure out what you really wanted? Like,
Yep.
did you guys do the whole process? Where'd you
We
guys
did
go for that?
All that shit. We went to Texas and did a distillery and tasted must have tasted like 20 whiskeys. We're like, this is the one. Then we had to pick a name. Then you pick a bottle and you pick a label. It's quite a process.
Sounds like a fun process.
It was fun. I mean, you're drinking the whole time.
Oh, there you go. Oh, you got to have some because you went to Sam's show.
Yeah.
Like when you were shooting something with
Yeah.
him.
So Sam's doing a movie along with his
Yes.
tour right now. He's like self-funding a movie.
That's right.
And so I don't know the whole premise. He didn't really give it to me. He was like, "But do you want to be in it?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'd love to be in it." So we did a bunch of bits of like his opener, what's his opener's name?
Gary Veter?
Yeah, they're the exact same person, by the way. they have the exact same tone, everything.
Yeah.
Like we did a bit of us doing shots, and then him doing a big line of cocaine, and me being like, "That was for all of us," like that kind of thing.
That's
But
great.
Sam's
Jared, were
awesome,
you
man.
in it?
We all took shots.
We all took shots. We all took
What'd you
shots.
think?
Great.
All right.
Yeah.
There they are.
Yeah,
He's just this bald, small Sam.
that's what he is, dude. They sound the exact same. They really had they had like the same delivery, same everything. They're both extremely funny.
Yeah.
They were both great. I loved them. But I wondered, because I haven't been to a lot of shows, if like you pick your openers to sound like you, because that's what people are there for, you is you.
That's interesting. I don't do that. Like I had a girl in a wheel-chair open for me last night at the Ryman.
Was she on Kill Tony as well?
Yes.
Yeah, red hair girl, right?
Fiona.
Yeah.
And
She's funny.
She's super funny, super dark, and a lot of wheelchair jokes, obviously. And I feel like it just cuts the tension, and it lets the crowd know, like, oh, we're going in on crazy shit. Like everybody loosen
Yeah.
up. This is what you're opening with. It's actually quite cute for a cripple. But she's super funny, and she's doing well. I think she's gonna blow up if she doesn't, die. Well, she's got some crazy disease.
What's the disease?
I'm sure you can Google it. I can't remember the name. It's some rare
What's it,
ass
Lou
disease. Something you never heard before.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's
find that.
It's slowly killing her.
Because I seen that clip of her, and I saw everybody on the bench like rolling. And that's how you found her, yeah? On Kill Tony?
I actually did a show with her years ago randomly, and I was like, who's this handicapped lady? And then she started just blowing up on her own.
No shit.
She lives here now.
No, for real?
Yeah.
Okay, what is this? We got Will.
Is it what?
Read
Frederick's ataxia. I don't know.
Ataxia? A muscular dystrophy.
There you
Thank
go.
Words, man. Words are tough for me.
Is it cool that it feels like you're in a spot too? Like you got people who can open for you, where you feel like you can kind of help them.
Yeah, that is fun. That's really cool. Like Bargatze has all these guys doing Nate Land, which is like his way of like propping people up. And I would love to do that because it's so fucking hard out there as a comic in the beginning.
Yeah,
It's hard to break through.
it feels, and too, it's like the comedy world. You guys, everybody's built all these different platforms to where I feel like now there are way more opportunities for comics to make it versus just grinding it out in New York, the streets of New York at a small bar with like
Yes.
4 people there.
100%.
Now there's all these podcasts. Like I feel like your guys' industry has done such a great job
Yeah,
of building
well,
it that
thanks.
way.
Yeah, it
What's
seems like
it's-
comedy's on like higher than it's ever been right now.
It's where Theo's talking to Trump. I mean, like it's crazy how big it's gotten, but it's all the internet. The internet changed everything because before you had to get on the Tonight Show, you got 5 minutes, and you maybe got an HBO special if you were lucky. It was like 5 guys every 3 years got an HBO special. So now you can just be a funny guy and go on TikTok, and boom, you're out into the world.
Yeah.
When do you feel like your big break was?
Ooh, I did during the pandemic. I had a crazy right when the pandemic hit. I did Rogan when he was on YouTube, like the real old Rogan, like the career-making Rogan. Then I got a shout out at a Mets game from Seinfeld, and then I put a special out on YouTube before anyone was really doing that. And those 3 things kind of happened all within like a month or 2, and it popped. The special got millions of views because it was in the pandemic, so no one had any content.
Yeah,
So
everyone's
people
just sitting
were
at their house
hungry.
consuming a bunch of shit.
Dude,
Exactly.
that's awesome, man.
It was just a luck of the draw.
And this
That
like
is.
this op right here, like going on Rogan's big time.
Huge.
How'd you get linked up with him?
I met him with Andrew Santino.
Yeah.
I was doing a show in Atlanta. We were friends. He was opening for Rogan at some arena, and he goes, "We're going to the UFC fight if you want to go." And I said, "Hell yeah!" And I got to meet Joe. We got to chit chat, and we got drunk together. And eventually, he was like, "You ever want to do the show?" And you're like, "What the fuck?" Like that's like a supermodel going, "If you ever want to fuck, just let me know." Like, yeah, of course I want to fuck.
Yeah.
So I hit him up. I had a special coming out, and I hit him up, and I said, "Hey, you said this. I don't want to." Step on any toes here, but he goes, "Yeah, come on by."
No
Dude,
shit.
that is fucking awesome.
I was terrified
to do the show.
to do the show. It was just the biggest show. It's just so weird talking, and you're like, 10 million people are listening to this right now. And
Yeah.
I'm wearing a suit because I did the Tonight Show the night before and got on a red eye and flew there. So I'm wearing the same clothes.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
Just shitting your pants the whole time walking
whole
to that
time.
studio. This is when it was still in LA, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's but after
Good
like an
looking young
hour.
cat. This is what, a few years ago?
This is 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Been
I'm
a little
aged.
weathered since then.
Yeah, well, the
that's what
hangover,
kids
the
do.
baby.
Yeah.
You got a lot, yeah. You haven't slept in 2.5 months.
Yeah, BLM. Yeah, a lot of shit happened.
A lot of shit went down.
Yeah, I've aged.
So now when you go on for like the Protect Our Parks pods, do you feel uncomfortable or
No,
nervous at all?
that's
Now
the
it's just
best.
this is regular life.
And it's just fun. We've done like 12 of them now, so we've all gotten to know each other. And you get by the half-hour mark, you're shit faced.
Yeah.
So you're just letting it fly, and then we edit later. A lot of editing.
Yeah.
I mean, we
yeah.
say
What is
wild
that?
shit.
What is that next day scaries like?
Oh, dude, I'm texting Jamie. Take that out, and the anxiety hits you.
Do they
It's
send
brutal.
you? Do they send you the raw footage? Because if you're shit faced, like some things you're not going to remember.
You got to kind of just remember it. That's the hard part. And sometimes
Just gotta fucking do it.
you're like,
Did
Jamie,
we talk
I said,
about that?
Yeah, I said fag at some point. He's like, you got to let me know. It's a 4-hour pod. I can't just comb looking for that one word. So
Yeah.
you're like, I think it was like an hour and a half in. I don't know.
God damn. Yeah, getting hammered on a show like that would be fucking tough.
And you're ripping liquor, yeah?
Oh yeah, I'm going liquor. Shane's always
Like
giving
Shane
me
and
shit.
them are, yeah, they got like, they're ripping
This
like
water.
20 beers.
Right.
It's just water.
Yeah.
It makes you throw up, makes you puffy, does all those things.
That's true.
But
That's true.
water nonetheless.
Oh yeah. And
The
you got to wear the
glasses.
shades because we're smoking weed, we're doing shrooms.
You're doing all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're smoking cigars.
See, the liquor part for me wouldn't be like the tough part. It's when you're smoking. Because
Yeah.
I can always kind of smoke myself into a frenzy where it's like I'm kind of just nothing's going on in my brain anymore.
Yeah, you're a zombie.
Yeah, you're a zombie. Everyone's like, what do you think? And you're like, I fucking just want to eat something right now.
That's
That's all I
all-
really care about.
Ari does that. Ari goes quiet after about an hour because he's
Yeah.
so high and he's in his head.
Ari seems like a guy that just does not stop.
No, he does not stop.
He came on the show. We were talking for about
And you can
45
just tell he
minutes.
doesn't give a fuck, dude.
Doesn't
He
give
does
a
not
fuck.
give a fuck.
You see his amazing racist stuff.
Yeah, and
back
he's
in the
like,
day. Just
crazy.
nuts.
And now he was talking about backpacking. I forget
Yes.
Yeah, because we were talking about beer Olympics with him as well. Everybody that comes on the show, we're like, so what do you think about beer Olympics?
Yeah.
You kind of like feel it all out with them. But he's gonna be like backpacking in Alaska,
where. I think he's
South
gonna go
America.
off the radar for like
Wow.
a year.
He
No,
went to
no,
China
no,
for
a
a
month,
while.
I think.
Costa Rica. I mean, that guy lives. He's like an old.
He like goes
hippie.
and does shit
Yeah.
for
yeah.
real.
Yeah.
How do you? I mean,
Pull up the photo of Ari passed out on the floor because he tried to outdrink Shane, and he's like 78 years old, by the way. You know.
Yeah.
So I thought he was going to the hospital.
I mean, bro.
I was
yeah.
telling him too because I remember like he was making the joke. Every middle schooler understands the amazing racist.
Yeah.
And I was like, I remember coming across you again one day because I was thinking one night, I'm like, what happened to this one guy who used to do the amazing
Right.
racist content? Because then
Yeah.
I saw him on a clip on Rogan. I'm like, oh, he's still around. He's like doing Rogan and shit.
Because I don't know, like we had a rumor at our school, like, oh, the amazing racist guy. You know, he got killed in the hood.
Ah,
Yeah.
There was
really?
always, yeah.
Wow.
There was that. There was always that rumor, and there was always the rumor of Marilyn Manson pulled out their rib so he could suck his own dick.
I heard
Like,
that
I feel
one
like
for
that
sure.
was
You're
that was like the
fucking in
first thing.
bathroom and
Yeah.
trying to figure it out.
You ever try that?
Oh yeah, I got a lick once.
No, you.
I got a
didn't.
lick, yeah, and I'm not well endowed at all, but
Flexible?
I just really like kept pushing it. I was
Yeah.
doing my own yoga at home, and I got a lick, and right when your tongue touches your dick, you go, "What the fuck am I doing?" like reality sets in.
Is this effort really worth it?
Yeah. Like
You
everybody
start
thinks it's
catching
so
a cramp
cool.
in your stomach. Not that I've managed to get a
I
weekend.
know that
but
feeling.
Yeah. I mean, there's no, I'm too stiff.
Yeah, same.
The T-spine, I don't have it. I don't have
Yeah.
that spine mobility to get up there like that.
Same
the
here.
cat cows, man.
Yeah, I guess you never know where you're at until you actually get the lick in, but part of me feels like I would go farther.
Yeah,
On yourself?
Yeah, I
If it
don't
wasn't
know.
wrong in your mind?
It's a bad feeling.
Yeah, I guess you would know.
Yeah, it's not great.
It's like I managed to go farther.
Yeah, it was right, guys? Everyone else feel the same exact way, right? Yeah, anyway, sucking your own dick, dude. Welcome to Bussin' With The Boys.
Well,
Hope everyone's enjoying themselves.
What
right
about
now.
you guys? You guys asked me about fist fights. You guys must have. Oh, there he is. He's passed out in the cooler, by the way. Face in the cooler.
What hour is this?
That's probably hour 3, 4. We'll go to 5 sometimes.
No fucking way.
Yeah, look at all the dead soldiers up there.
No doubt. None of them are yours.
No. I'll have 1 or 2 in the beginning, and then I go all whiskey.
You start to get pink and bloated, and you're like, let me get to this
Yeah,
ride.
yeah, I can feel the gurgle bubbling up in my asshole.
Yeah. Dude, yeah. I mean, it's got to be, it's so interesting that like 2020, you're shitting your pants going on that show. Fast forward 2025, you're like, we've done 12. And now you just get shit faced in the biggest show in
Yeah.
the world.
Well, everything gets normalized. You're like, when you first see porn, you're like, oh my God, tits. And after a while, you're like, I need a hitchhiker. You know, like you need more. You got to keep upping it. So
I need this guy
life.
forcing her to do that.
Yeah.
I mean,
guys?
dude, you hearing
Well, we
your,
can't quote movies anymore.
hearing your
Can't have fun
story.
anymore.
What is?
Nothing. Having a guy force a girl. And I'm like, well,
Whoa, what?
I'm saying, well, we can't quote movies anymore. Gentlemen, did you know that one man every hour, every day is diagnosed with testicular cancer? In fact, it is the most common form of cancer among men ages 15 to 35. April is National Testicular Cancer Awareness Month, which is why I wanted to take a second to talk about men's health issues that are important to myself. That's why Manscaped has partnered with Testicular Cancer Society to raise awareness and encourage early detection. Manscaped is putting action behind their words and donating $50,000 to the Testicular Cancer Society to help save lives and promote routine self-checks. I'm excited to introduce a special edition bundle from Manscaped that not only keeps you fresh and well-groomed, but also supports an amazing cause. Meet the TCS Ball Hero Bundle featuring the special edition TCS Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra and the special edition TCS Boxers 2.0. They are right here sitting behind me. And they're designed to keep you feeling smooth, comfortable, and confident. Join the over 12 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped and use code BUSSIN, that's BUSSIN, for 20% off free shipping at manscaped.com. Again, the first bundle, you got the trimmer. They're cordless, waterproof, equipped with a powerful LED light. And once you're done grooming, you deserve to feel comfortable. And that's where the special edition TCS Boxers 2.0 come in and features a brand new purple camo look. They're designed to be anti-chafing, high-performance boxer briefs that are as stylish as they are functional. You can perform. Oh, my fault. Go ahead.
You can perform simple routine self-checks at home while enjoying Manscaped products you use every day. But hurry, there's a limited supply, so these special edition products won't last long. Get your bundle while supplies last, and let's help raise awareness for testicular cancer together. Get $20 off and free shipping with promo code BUSSIN, BUSSIN, at manscaped.com. Visit manscaped.com/TCS to learn more about how to check yourself or make a donation to TC Society today and save lives and balls.
You were about to ask if we ever been in fistfights.
Yeah, you guys are athletic.
Dude, to be honest, no, not really.
Really?
There's one I had in like 6th grade, but it got broken up pretty quickly after I threw a low leg kick at him and dropped
Low
it.
leg kick.
Nice.
Oh, you were calculated.
What are you, gagey?
Yeah, you know I wrestled. I kind of dabbled in some different
Yeah,
stuff.
but
And I was like,
wrestlers are throwing leg kicks.
well, most of the time people are going to come in thinking you're going to throw a fist. Nobody's ever thinking about their legs. So you just throw somebody off. You have a longer reach with your legs. Like, let me dominate his legs real quick. And then if this gets to the ground, which is where I want to be, it'll be over for him.
Yeah.
But I threw the leg kick. We started to get to the ground. Teachers broke it up.
Nice, but
Yeah.
no bar fight, nothing?
No, man, not really.
Wow,
Not
that's
really.
good.
It's
Yeah.
gotten like tense before, like everybody, but I've never really had.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well-
I've had a handful.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, well, I was a nasty boy in college. I didn't mind getting in a scrum every once in a while. My senior year, we played Ohio State. We lost by 1, and then I went to my house with my boys and we took down like 12 hams.
Yeah.
the old hams lights, land of sky blue waters.
Sure.
And that's me right there. This is the video cam footage. I actually told the boys about the story the other day, and we're going to this place called the Brown Jug, this is the Brown Jug.
I've heard of the brown jug.
And there's 4 or 5 guys on like megaphones. Ohio State fans are like, "Fuck Michigan," blah blah blah.
Oh boy.
To me, I was like, I'm so focused on getting hammered.
Yeah,
I want to get after it with my boys. And one dude is drunkenly hip checks a pole, and I didn't see it, but my brother saw it, my best friend saw it, and my girlfriend at the time saw it. And I just kept walking. Well, my brother starts laughing at the guy. Him and his 4 guys get in front of my brother and like start like pushing him around a little bit. So my girlfriend at the time, Alex, is like, "Hey Taylor, your brother's about to get in a fight." So I walk over to the guy, move one of his buddies out of the way, and like open hand, like palmed him in the face.
Ooh,
and
good move.
He hits the ground and he like spun. When he hit the ground, I was like, I thought I killed him.
Yeah.
So I kind of get freaked out. I run back in the brown jug, and then I see one of my buddies. I say the same thing, and then I'm like, well, the police are going to be here soon. I should probably go outside so they don't like come get me out of the bar.
Right.
You can tell it's like a packed area. I go out there. The guy's eating a burrito. He's totally fine.
Okay.
He's just hanging out. The police officer's there. I lie. I say I would never.
Yeah.
And then a week later, I broke up with that girl. And a police officer called her doing an investigation. She's like, "Oh yeah, he for sure hit him." So my rookie year, I was literally in the middle of like this little situation.
Whoa.
Yeah. And so that was the last fight I've ever been in.
All right. Not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad. There was one other incident at Losers with Zach Mettenberger.
Oh, you got the name.
Yeah, well, Zach, he was a 7th round pick for the Titans.
Aha.
And it was
He's protected his quarterback.
Yeah, it was a summer. We would get
Protected his
drunk at
quarterback.
Losers with the band, and we sang Calling on Baton Rouge.
Oh yeah.
Because he went to LSU. He was all about it. And then this Alabama fan comes in and like starts yapping off to Zach and punches. That's me. Yeah, it's me doing an okay job at best blocking for Zach.
Uh-huh.
And the guy punches Zach in the face.
Ooh.
And then
Did he drop him? I know you told this
No,
story.
yeah, he did. Yeah, he dropped him. He dropped him, but he like scrums back up. He's got a big like raspberry in his face, and I walk up. Hey, what's going on? You all right? He's like, that guy just punched me in the face. I'm like, whoa, what happened? He goes, that guy punched me in the face. So I walked out there and I saw him. There's Zach. That's the day he was told he was going to be a starter, and that was a Snapchat of him saying, "This is my team now."
Oh.
And
no.
we played the Houston Texans. JJ Watt got a sack on him, and there's a photo of JJ doing a selfie to make fun of that exact picture. Anyway,
Holy shit.
I walk outside the Losers and I hit this guy, lawn chaired him, knocked him out.
Nice.
And I said something like,
Folded him.
Like, "Oh, you don't fucking touch my friend like that." Something lame.
Yeah.
And then got out of there. And that was really it. That was the last time I ever put my hands on another man.
Damn, but it's nice to get a knockout in.
Nice to
Yeah.
get a knockout in.
That's
You know
pretty
it's nice
cool.
to have a guy like that on your side too.
Of course.
Yeah,
of
You
course.
get clocked, you're like him. He
Yeah.
punched
yeah. Just,
Let the-
just
let
like
the-
barged
yeah.
through like 4 security guards, smoked them.
Let the dog off the
Yeah.
leash.
The owner of the bar like kicked everybody out,
Oh,
shut it down.
yeah.
He's like, "All right, we're done here." The Titans called me the next day, like, "Tell me what happened." I'm like, so I go in there. I hadn't signed my contract yet. So they call my agent
Oh no.
and they're like, "Hey, we got a problem. Looks like we're gonna have to like renegotiate Taylor's stuff." And my agent's like,
Taylor loses leverage.
"Yeah, I lose all the leverage." But my agent was like, "Hey, listen, like he just protected your quarterback that you drafted. Technically, he did his job. If anything, he needs a raise."
Good
and my
point.
contract was signed like a week later.
Yeah.
It was done.
Boy, you
Going
look a
in.
lot better now.
Right?
Holy
yeah,
hell.
Dude, isn't it crazy?
That's a different
Crazy.
boy right there,
That
isn't
is a
it?
different guy.
Yeah.
There's no resemblance.
None.
Damn.
I think it's
Look
my
at those-
rookie year.
Look at those tits.
I know he's not bad, huh?
I'm trying to
bad.
squeeze
You
out
see
of there, too.
those?
He got
You see
side
them boys
boob.
popping. I got some nice nips too now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they got the full thing going on.
Well, I lived in a house with a bunch of guys, and one of the guys was 6'9", just a pothead, nice guy, liked Grateful Dead and Fish. But everywhere we went, people would start shit with him because he was so tall. So
Yeah.
everybody's like, "I want to fight. You think you're tougher than me?" And the guy's like, "Hey man, I'm just drinking a beer. What are we doing here?" And he would get in fights constantly just because he was so big.
Could he scrap?
He eventually could, yeah. He figured it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was like the sweet, nerdy, kind of hippie guy, and he was like wearing Birkenstocks and shit, and yeah, hemp necklace, and people would always fuck with him just because he was tall.
Something about like, guys just always want to check the biggest dude in the room sometimes.
Exactly, it's
You
like
get
some
that
primate shit.
that courage, that liquor.
Yeah, and they're like, "Yo, I
Right.
could take this guy out." And
Right.
It's like, "Yeah, buddy, what are we doing?" Come
Yeah.
to my belly button. 6'9", though, zoo animal height.
Yes,
That's crazy. I walk around myself and I think I'm way too tall.
You
yeah.
are too tall.
I am.
In a
I'm
public setting,
too
yeah.
tall. Yeah. I look around. I'm like, I was at my daughter's friend's birthday party the other day, and I looked and I saw all the women were the same height, and then there was like a little step up, but then all the men were the same height.
Yep.
And I was looking over all of them. And I was
Yeah.
like, this is because I don't know. I'm just tall.
Gentle
Just
giant.
fucking tall.
I don't know.
Yeah. What
But I
about
look at all these other people. I'm like, holy shit.
what about a flight? That's got to be hell.
Flights aren't bad. It's Southwest, you get that nice little exit row.
Oh yeah.
That's the move for me.
That's
that.
good
If you
stuff.
get in that exit row, you're living La Vida Loca right there. It's not bad.
But I feel like tall guy. Like, what are you? 6'1"?
2.
6'2", sorry. Hey, I'm 5'10", so I'm obsessed with, I know every height on a man because, you scan it immediately as a short guy. But women just flock. I mean, if you're over 6 foot, 6'1", you're in. It's like it's tall as big tits for men.
That's so funny you say that because I've never felt that way.
Really?
Well,
Fear strikes in my mind when like women were to approach. You know what I mean?
Well,
We were talking about this not too long ago. Like I was never the guy that could sit there. Your charisma just shells up.
Yeah.
And being like, you're thinking of all the
you're
wrong
trying to be
things.
cool. You're trying to do whatever.
Yeah,
like, hey,
right.
how you doing?
You're
Like,
like,
I
oh,
don't
what's
say
your-
that.
what's your
Why do I
favorite
say it
cereal?
like that? Yeah.
like, fuck, this guy sucks.
You ask them like, what year are you? And they're like, oh, I'm a sophomore. I'm like, oh, cool. And then like 5 seconds later, like, what year are you? And you're like, I just fucking asked that. What am I doing?
You come here a lot. What brought you out tonight?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes, we'll have football players at the mothership will come by, and the girls, like the female comics, they switch. They just are like, oh my God, there's something like primal about a big dude coming in around a lady. And they turn into like dudes. They're like drooling, and they're like, oh, can I eat your ass? Like they panic. And it's fun to see women lusting over men because, I'm a dweeby guy. I'd go up to girls all my life and they'd be like, no thanks. So it's fun to see girls like into dudes.
Yeah.
And I feel like you guys, athletes.
I mean, you saw the old photos of me.
Well, that's
yeah,
true.
there wasn't.
Yeah,
I
you
wasn't
did-
walking into a bar and turning heads.
Yeah, good point.
And the
Oh,
old
what do you-
teeth that I had, it was,
What do we got here?
he said, pull it up.
This is
Jamie.
years
What's
ago.
going on?
Well, that was
Oh,
tr-
buddy, you got a sleeper build under there?
Well,
What
this
is
This
that?
is years ago. It's a lot less drinking.
Pull the shirt up, dude. You have that same thing going right there, don't you?
Oh, my
you,
bird.
you got a 6-pack going on under there?
No, well, that's all flab now. But this is pre-pandemic. I was working out every day. I had nothing going on. I just do comedy at night and hit
Shirt
the
with
gym.
the zoom ins are
Yeah, you're
insane.
killing me here. This is the gays do this to me all the time. I'm on these gay websites. Thank you.
I mean, buddy, that's a legit 6-pack.
Thanks. Yeah, it was a different time.
Yeah. We got Jarod right here. He was at your show last night, but he and I made a bet. $5,000 by January 1st of 2026. Wait, is it 2025 right now?
Yep.
Yeah, 2026. If he can have a 6-pack by Jan 1, I'll give him $5,000. If he does not, he's got to do a 20-minute set.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a long time. 20 minutes is an eternity for a new comic.
I don't even want to say this because it hurts myself. You keep lowering.
I know you
started at half an hour.
Yeah,
I'm
but
happy to do 20.
you said it to me a couple of days ago, and I still think it's 20. That's Jarod. Yeah.
School
Any
shooter.
pointers?
demon.
Any pointers for Jarod? 20 minutes, because he's. Hey, Jarod, lift your shirt up for the show.
Come on.
I mean, we just gotta see what.
All right. You got a already flat stomach.
There we go. It wasn't flat like a month ago.
I'll tell you one
He
trick.
does look a lot better.
Yeah, I lost a little bit of weight.
Every time you're sitting down right now, just hover your feet 2 inches off the floor.
that's a
just do
good-
that all day,
Yeah.
every day, and that's one good way. That'll get your core going. But other than that, I think it's
I'm in it right now.
the what do you call those mountain climbers?
Oh,
Yeah.
the Versa climber.
Yeah. Good luck. And don't.
Sam said I had no chance when we talked to him.
Sam did say that.
But I
Sam
was
said you had
drinking
no
beer
chance.
with him when we said that.
True.
You'll get leaner, but a 6-pack is so
Yeah.
hard to get and maintain.
Coming from a guy who's had one.
Shit.
Did I tell you what? Doing 20 minutes would be crazy.
You did
That's-
5,
Yeah, and that's like that felt like I was in hell.
but you really
mentally.
went 9. I think you were around like the 9-minute mark.
Really?
Yeah. He was
Yeah.
solid.
Dude, you
Couple
killed.
bombs.
You killed at the roast.
Yeah.
The jelly
I
roll
appreciate
roast.
that. I was
Dude.
terrified for that.
I was
had like
impressed.
Nick Tarani helped me write a couple jokes. Caleb Presley, I think, gave me one. But I was
Oh.
absolutely terrified going out there. I'm like talking with Taylor beforehand because again, you're like trying to map it out in your head. But honestly, seeing you guys go back and forth and have the papers out, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, thank God I can look at my phone. I'm
Oh,
like trying
yeah.
to memorize all this stuff. But you're like sitting there terrified. Who was the guy that looks like Joyride, like the trucker?
Trucker. Chris Porter.
No, it wasn't Chris.
Is this the guy that had the hair half
yeah,
red,
such a
half...
J, Big J.
Oh, Big J.
Big
he killed. He went
J.
off the dome.
Yeah.
So he didn't
Killed.
write
When
anything
he's like,
down.
how-
That was
how-
unbelievable.
How was it
He's a
watching
pro.
an athlete up here just shaking, trying to read jokes? I'm like, oh man, that is how I was mentally.
Well, he didn't much. I didn't prepare like I should have, and he was like, "Oh, I didn't even know it was a roast." So he got there like, "Wait, this is a roast? I thought we were just having a birthday party."
Yeah.
And so he went off the dome and riffed on everything and killed. It was
Yes,
like
man.
maybe set of the night.
Had the cigarette going.
Yeah.
he was so. I thought Adam Ray was.
Adam
He
was
killed
fine.
too.
I thought he was amazing.
He
He's
was
just
quick.
ripping through him on the
ripping
paper.
through
He's like,
all
oh,
these.
that one
Nope,
sucks.
that one. All right, yeah, we'll go to the
he's-
next one.
He's having a real moment.
And
there.
then old
Yeah.
buddy from Yellowstone heckling from the top.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Rip.
Colton Carson.
Yeah, Rip. Like
Rip
he
was
was
like-
he was in character that night.
That might
Yeah.
have just been him.
Yeah,
Like,
I think
he
he was ripping around with Kid Rock.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were hammered.
Because what was it? Bert
was
made a joke
nervous.
about him.
Yes.
And then Rip was like, "Shut your fucking mouth."
He's like,
my
"You-
daddy. The reason why you're
Yeah.
even on the set is because my dad or
Yeah.
my grandpa.
You should all
Right.
feel blessed. And I'm kind of sitting back. I'm
I'm
leaning over to
thinking-
Big J. I'm like, hey, is this real? He's like, oh, it's heckling. It happens all the time. I'm like, man, it feels pretty real
Yeah.
out here right now. A little
But
tense.
we got in the green room, and we were about to head out because it was school night. And he walks in, Cole Hauser.
Oh yeah.
And Bert's like, "Hey, just stay for a minute." And we're like, "Okay, yeah, we'll stay." And then, we had to watch them shake hands and hug it out
Yeah.
for a second. He says he's 6'1", but he's built like he's 6'5".
Yes. Yeah.
He
he's
has
thick.
like a stature about him that's pretty intimidating. I don't know if it's character on Yellowstone
Right. That
it's
helps.
definitely that
Yeah.
definitely helps. It felt like
because
he
he
was in
does.
full character.
He's got a fucking vibe about him.
He does. He's menacing. He
Yeah.
was coming in, no smile, just
Yeah.
scary.
yeah, he kind of like that. He likes.
He likes that. He's
That people
Rip. He
feel-
is Rip.
And then when he
No
comes in,
doubt.
he's like super polite, but it's almost like the respect
Yeah.
is established that he is Rip.
Yeah, he's the
Yes.
alpha in the room.
Yeah.
He has
Yes.
to be the alpha in the room. And Bert too, Bert said the whole time, like he's like, "I'm at my element. I'm not a roaster." So he, of course, he's the one that's like trying to be nice through the process
Yeah.
and catches the most hands out of all of
That's
it.
true. He was like, I'm
Yeah.
a fan. What are you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
What did Bert say? He's like, I pay like $5,000 for these. He had like the paperwork, the jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know
Oh,
if
that's
like
hilarious.
He paid
like-
what?
He's like, I pay like $5,000 for these jokes. Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
He's talked about how much he doesn't like roasting. Like roasting's not like
Yeah.
Yeah.
his bag of comedy.
Yeah.
What's your take on roast? I feel like you're good. You're solid.
I'm
at
a
it.
fan of them. I think we got to go back to what they used to be because now roasting has just become like this one-on-one thing. Before it was like fucking Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin, and it was like roasting the people you love. Like we roasted Charlie Sheen and Trump, and those were fun. Now
Yeah.
we don't have those anymore. We
He's
had
like, bring
the
someone out. It's like Tom Brady.
That was like a throwback. That's what a roast's supposed to be.
Yeah, Comedy Central did great roasts. There
Yes.
was one with Justin Bieber and Andy Samberg.
That was great.
Came in and he did like an anti roaster. Like
Yeah.
he was like very polite to everybody, but
Yeah.
pretending like he was roasting everyone.
Yes.
I think that was one of the funniest. It was so good.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to get a new spin on roasting. So that was
Right.
fun. Him and Norm. Norm had that anti-comedy roast. I don't know if
Yeah.
you ever saw that.
Dude, Norma's
He's
so
my
funny.
hero.
Yeah,
Is
he's a
that number
legend.
one to you?
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm doing him basically. Nah, I'm not doing him. I can't replicate that. But like,
yeah, but you
he's-
growing up, you put him on, and you're like, because everyone
100%.
mirrors a little bit, right? Like you
Yeah.
find something you like and you run with it,
Exactly.
and that was him.
Yeah, he's
His-
my guy.
His bit about it being a deeply closeted gay man
Oh, brilliant.
is so funny. Have you
So
heard that?
funny.
I have not.
He's on like what Larry King, and he's like, "What's one thing about you we don't know?" He's like, "One thing about me no one knows is I am a deeply closeted gay man." He goes, "Wait, what do you say?" He's like, "I'm not saying anything." He's like, "But you're saying you're deeply closeted." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm deeply closeted. So you're gay." Whoa.
There's a
I'm
lot
not
of layers
saying
to
that.
it.
Yeah. A lot of layers. But it was
He's basically trolling Larry King.
Yeah.
is he?
Oh yeah, he's fucking around.
Is Larry gay?
No, he's just like Larry's not gay. He's dead.
He
He's
showed him. So
Yeah, yeah.
does that mean Larry's gay?
Yeah.
He's
Who's
just fucking
gay
with him.
here?
God.
Larry King, by the way, I think he had 8 wives. Give that a goog.
Give that a good.
Yeah, throw that in there.
He's a wild dude. Jew from Brooklyn. He's been doing that show forever. I think he's dead now.
R.I.P.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, how many wives you got here?
There's a whole list.
Hit that
8
show
times.
more. Oh, 7 women. Okay, pretty
One got a
good.
second chance.
Married 8 times, 7 women.
Wow.
Yeah, that is wild. I don't know if I could do the marriage thing again.
No.
Like,
that's
do you think
crazy.
you'd ever, let's say it didn't work out,
Never again.
shut it down, right?
No, what's the point?
Yeah, exactly. You got the kid.
That's
Yeah.
Kinda is what it
complicated,
is.
too. You have a kid going on.
I
Exactly.
know. Yeah, that'd be a very tough situation.
Yeah.
But the thought of like having another wedding, sitting
Ugh.
down, I'm giving you my heart talk. It's like,
Ugh.
didn't we already do this?
yeah,
you
exactly.
just have to be best friends with somebody for the rest of the time.
Yeah.
And they would have to understand that.
yeah.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
just not make it complicated.
But you see people get older and then they're like, I want to get married. It's like, you're 62.
I know.
What are we doing?
Just find another divorcee and just live together.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
hang out.
Yeah.
boyfriend, girlfriend.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
What, we got to sign
You want to
shit?
jump
Yeah.
it, put a ring on it and all that?
Nah, fuck that. I guess you get lonely, but what do you need the certificate for?
Right. What's it do?
What's the difference? Exactly.
Yeah. This show, The Golden Bachelor. I can't.
I'd fuck her in a second. Jesus. I think that's the chick on Bourbon.
Yeah.
She's hot.
Wow.
I got a thing for old broads. I like a big old catcher's mitt.
Yeah. Why do you think you gravitate towards that? You have some mom issues
I
growing
think
up?
my mom wasn't around a ton. She was like a workaholic. And also older women, they're just like dudes. They're like, just fuck me and leave. You know, young girls are like, what are we? Where's this going? You're like,
Define a relationship.
Yeah, I don't want to text you. You know?
I want to text you.
I just thought we were hooking up.
Yeah, the texting's fun until it happens, and it's like, hey, we had some fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's circle back.
It's horrible wiring that God did where we fuck a girl and we have zero interest after. That's the weirdest thing. I don't know why they designed it, because the girl is now more interested and the guy is like, I got to get out of here.
Yeah. We were talking before you came in, like, you know, you'd spank one off in college before you go out, so that way you could have a little bit more longevity.
Yes.
If you do strike something, or it helps you decide, do I even really want to go out?
No, it clears your mind.
Yeah.
You know?
That post-nut clarity.
Yes, that is very real.
That is yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's what women have all the time. Like the way we feel right after we nut, I think is how women feel baseline.
Sad?
Wow. A little shame, yeah.
A little bit of shame. What did I just do?
Oh, after our brain leads a cocktail of chemicals. Okay, reduce sexual arousal, shift your emotional state, and lead to a more detached mindset. Yeah, there you go. Maybe it's like
that makes it sound sad. I feel like that. Yeah, that doesn't make it sound as fun as like in college when you're just like, I want to make good decisions.
Yeah.
And if something sparks up, I can last a little bit longer.
Right.
Because there's nothing more defeating than being a 2-pump chump.
Oh yeah, story of my life.
Look at him like, hey, Timothy Chalamet and what's her name the first time?
100%.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, it's hard to last.
It is.
Although you get older and you can start thinking about your dad or whatever works.
Whatever works.
Got to get desperate.
We think.
What else we got, boys?
Anything you want to get off your chest?
Well, I want to apologize for not knowing about sports, but you guys can talk. You guys are good. You guys are real broadcasters.
Thank you.
Yeah, you don't have to know about sports.
I think it's the whole thing.
No, pod's for everybody. Come in, hang out, have a good conversation.
All right.
Establish relationship.
What do you think about the WNBA? No. I'm kidding. All right. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, you've been crushing it, man. We appreciate you finding time to come on the bus too.
It's an honor. And again, sorry I was late. Theo wouldn't shut up about Gaza. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Boys, boys in the back.
I feel great.
Any questions?
Anybody got any questions?
I have a question.
Uh-oh.
Give him the mic. Get the mic.
I mean, it's a yes or no question. Is that the watch?
This is the watch.
I didn't know if you got a new one.
No, I think
it's the watch.
Still ticking.
On all the Protect Our Parks, it beat that one.
Yeah. Rogan.
It's kind of a niche thing. It's a yes or no question.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
What's the thing? But
We
you
got-
gotta watch. We're gonna have this episode to bring you Row. There's a lot of things in life we want to speed up, boys. When I am on my way from my house to here, every single red light I hit, I just get super, super frustrated. And maybe that's the same way for you when you get in the bedroom. Let me tell you, there's nothing wrong when it just takes a little bit of time for you. But if you want to speed up those things, go and try out Sparks. So, Row Sparks are a 2-in-1 prescription treatment for guys who need a secret weapon against their softness. They hit the bloodstream faster because they dissolve under the tongue and getting harder faster. There's no waiting to perform. After Rose Sparks dissolve, they work in 15 minutes on average. Rose Sparks can give guys bigger, thicker, longer erections because they get fuller. Rose Sparks give you the boost to last longer, so everyone has more pleasure and climaxes more often. Rose Sparks stay active in your bloodstream up to 36 hours, so you can go back to back, round after round, and be ready for the morning after. Rose connects guys with a medical provider, 100% online, so there's no awkward conversation with in-person providers. If approved, treatment ships directly to your door. If prescribed, new sexual health patients get $15 off their first order of Sparks on a reoccurring plan. Connect with the provider at ro.co/bussin to find out if a prescription Rose Sparks is right for you. That's ro.co/bussin for $15 off your first order.
Taylor, we got a fan question from a tier 1 out there. At Mosquito Jones 32 asks, why are there toenail clippers and fingernail clippers if most fingernail clippers are too weak to clip fingernails, so we just end up using toenail clippers on our fingernails? Also, what's your favorite burger joint?
I got one clipper. I don't know if it's a toenail or fingernail.
I know. I feel like my fingernail clippers are pretty strong.
Yeah.
When I was reading through that, I was like, I kind of use them for both my fingernails and my toes.
I just pick my nails.
Oh yeah, that
Just
too.
I just pick them and peel them off.
Same.
Really?
Yeah, just go there and I just find
So
a
I feel
little
like I got some
find a little
strong-
weak point in my nails and I just pull it off.
I feel like I
Same.
got some like strong feminine nails where I can't do that. Like chew at them or pick them
Yeah.
off.
I'll tell you what a big win is, and this might be a little too much, is a hot, warm day, shoes come off, then the socks come off, and you start feeling those nails that are a little too long, and you're
Yeah.
like, yeah, this boy's got some weakness to him. So you kind of start picking it, and you just get that one. It's like a thick nail, too.
Oh, that's the best.
You get it off. It's a great feeling.
Yeah, that full pull where it doesn't break.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
both my big toes right now, my nails are a little too long, and I'm waiting for the heat to catch up a little bit for me to take them boys down and have myself a little afternoon with it.
Oh yeah.
Here's another one. Fuck, marry, kill. Shane, Sam, and Ari.
Ooh, wow. Well, geez, that's a tough one. I mean, they're all. I guess I'd fuck Sam because he's somewhat in shape. I guess you'd marry Shane for the money, and then you'd kill Ari because he's ugly.
God, that's awesome. We do appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
Oh, our Bud Light question.
Oh, that's
Oh,
Brought to us by Bud Light.
Yeah.
Bud Light, people do anything for a Bud Light.
You got that right.
What would you do anything for?
right. Can't say family.
Okay. I wouldn't even think of that. What would I do anything for? I mean, sadly, I would just to be able to keep doing comedy is I have no other skills. So like I have to do this.
Dude, if comedy was gone, what would you do?
I think I would go UPS.
Okay.
I like the shorts, no office, van with no door. Everybody loves the package. Maybe you bang a housewife on your route, So what can Brown do for you?
What can Brown do for you? Shout out UPS, man.
What about you guys? What would you do?
Man, great question.
It's a tough one.
Especially if you can't include family.
Yeah.
Right.
What would you do anything for?
Because you want to make a couple bucks. Like you could do Uber, but you want to make more money than that.
Yeah. But it's
I
like,
love how Marky stays within the realm too of like just his old janitor days.
Yeah.
like if it's not comedy, it's got to be.
Yeah, give me UPS, and then he's singing for us like Uber.
Uber. yeah.
Well, perfect world, I'd be like a madman. That's pretty cool. Making ads and commercials and stuff. That'd
Yeah.
be fun. But
Yeah.
that's yeah, that's the dream.
What would you do anything for?
I don't know if I have.
We should probably
I
sit
think-
with that. And
Yeah.
have something. For
I
when
know.
this
I want to
happens.
come up with something right now because we are in the middle of doing a show. But you're right.
Maybe
it does take some thinking.
sports analysis. You think you could do like a game time? All right.
No,
I think it would be fun to do that. Would I do anything to be able to do that? No.
Good point.
because like you have the podcast, and you have a podcast, like you just get to fuck around and talk about whatever you want.
Right.
When you're going to be an analyst, like there's the pressure that comes with like.
yeah.
Right. X's and O's.
You
I
see,
would
you
love
see Greg
to-
Olson do it, and everybody loves him. Then you see Tom, and people are shitting on Tom in the
Right.
first one, or Tony Romo, oh, he's getting lazy, and people just fucking.
Yeah. I
like,
would
I don't
love
wanna
to
be in that
do.
world.
I would love to do a game once in my life with Will, where we both call the game, whether it's college or
Hey,
NFL.
That's cool.
And he does the defense, I do the offense. I think that'd be a lot of fun, even if it was like the sideline reporting type.
That's
thing.
great.
We'd have some fun with that.
We would have some fun, like the mega cast.
Yeah.
Like that's awesome. Have you seen the mega cast?
No.
It's like you're just on the sideline. It's an alternate broadcast of just two guys in a booth,
Uh-huh.
but you have like a small little bottom right corner camera,
Yeah.
and it's doing the game. And you're like kind of talking, and then you're going into the game. It's like having a podcast
That's great.
during the game.
To me, that's cooler than the actual
Yeah,
the real
it's fun.
analysis.
Yeah, being a real commentator.
Yeah, that would be fun to do. Would I do anything for it? No.
Well, sure. Well, what do you think of Pat McAfee? Do we hate him? What do you think?
No,
Put
love
his shirt
Pat.
on.
Pat's
Pioneer, bro.
Okay,
Pioneer
okay.
in the space.
He
He's
gets a
one
lot
of
of
the goats.
shit.
He does, but I
Yeah.
feel like when you're that big, you're gonna get shit no matter what.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Like no matter what, you're gonna get shit.
Right.
But as somebody like Pat, he's somebody in the space who retired at his peak. He was a Pro Bowler,
Uh-huh.
had like a $16 million contract on the table, and walks away from it to do all the stuff that you see him doing.
To at the
Really?
time make way less money.
Wow.
Yeah.
He had left and he joined Barstool. Then he leaves Barstool to do his own thing with the Pat McAfee show. He's a cat that grew up like loving wrestling, and now he's
Yeah.
like commentating on the WWE. He's gotten to make appearances, so I feel like he's living like all of his childhood dreams out.
Right. And yeah, there's no you can't get mad at somebody for taking what they want. Like he does everything he decides to do, he does at the highest level.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, no, I'm a fan.
All
And to
right.
be able to operate at that capacity
Yeah.
24/7,
It's
Right.
impressive.
you know what I mean? Like think of we think of our lives with how much you're on the road and you have a family back home, or us doing the podcast, you got the family, and like all the shit that he does, and he's able to operate at such a high level on it.
Yeah.
Do it 5 days a week.
Wow.
And then get on a plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Okay.
So a lot of respect for Pat.
You hate Pat?
No, I don't know Pat. I hear a lot
Sounds
of
like I
people
hate him.
shitting on him.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, the internet gets loud.
They really
As
do.
you
I
know.
It does,
hate the
but-
internet. As Saban.
Yeah, and again, it's like Saban retires, and he's like this lore of Nick Saban. What's he gonna do in his post life? And Pat's sitting down with him every week to have like the legend of Nick Saban.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So,
on the
yeah.
biggest platform, the biggest sports platform
Yeah.
you can possibly have, Pat.
And again, like when Pat made his show, he was wanting to do the stuff that he's doing now.
Yeah.
But again, in like main TV, he wasn't like a quarterback or some high round pick. That's like he was a punter.
Right.
And he got told no a lot, so he kind of just created his own thing.
I love that.
And now that he's on ESPN, it's just like it's like one of those full circle things of like fuck everybody who doubted the boy.
Yeah, because it's almost like if Pat didn't do the things he did, he probably wouldn't be in the position he is. Like he wouldn't probably even be on ESPN.
Right.
Because the whole punter thing.
Yeah.
If he played, got done, I want to get into broadcasting, they'd be like, well, you're a punter. Like you could probably do some satellite reporting for us because that's how it was.
Yeah.
He essentially had to make his own path.
Wow.
Which is impressive.
Undeniable.
I love
Yeah.
that.
We're sick. We're done glazing Pat. Like fuck
We
you,
have been
Pat.
going off on him.
Yeah, we would dominate him in
Oh,
physical wrestling.
He was
You
wearing
think so?
sleeves.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's growing up a lot. He's
we
he's
can't
wearing
glaze him
sleeves
too
now.
much. We've glazed him a lot.
I mean,
We got to
he's
tone
the-
it. We got to
yeah.
tone it back.
Yeah, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
There you go.
Yeah.
He is the GOAT. But something you do anything for.
I
Yeah,
don't
back
know.
to that.
That's-
I
Is
have
Larry
no
King
clue.
gay?
Something that comes to my mind. I don't know if I'd do anything for it, but I think it would be sick if like you had like a movie that was like I Am Legend or Castaway to where it's just you.
Damn.
I think that would be sick to like have or do.
It's like own one movie for the 2 hours that it's on.
Yeah.
And you were just the guy the whole time.
Yeah.
All right, I got
Yeah.
mine. I got it.
Yeah, what
You
is
got
it?
one?
Do anything for Sydney Sweeney. One night, 20
One
seconds. No, I'm just kidding. She's single again, by the way, and her
Yeah,
husband.
yeah,
her
oh, yeah,
ex-husband-
that's a big topic.
Yeah,
that's a big topic
he's not
around the
like
world right now.
The best looking guy on the planet. So I feel
Gives
like
everybody hope.
Yeah, exactly.
Shane gives everybody hope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's got a bit of a rocket, and it's it's Shane.
exactly.
You make people laugh, you got a chance.
There you go.
Laughter.
Money doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. God damn. Well.
All right, boys.
Oh, hey, by the way, Larry King was not gay.
He's deeply closeted.
Deeply
Deeply
closeted.
closeted.
Deeply closeted.
Mark, thank you, man.
Hey,
This was a
thank you.
blast.
This was a
Let's hear a round of applause
blast.
for Mark real
You
quick,
guys are
boys.
pros.
Give him a round
Hey,
of applause.
comedy. Thank you.
Appreciate
Go
you making the
Saints.
time.
Who dat?
Let's get a photo real quick.
Big hugs, tiny kisses.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Branded. Love it.
That's a keeper.